You can stand up, or you can stand around, Better keep your hands up, before you be a man down. I know what your plans was. That ain't how it's going down. Better get them hands up, before you be a man down.
Oh man. What's going on, man? I forgot our usual introduction, man. What I used to say?
Yo, you go through the panel, man. You usually go through the panel.
I do usually do that. Jay, your mic a little bit low is going in and out too, but yeah, man. Episode 117, man. We up in here, man. Kaz, Zoe, Corey, Jay, myself. A lot of topics. I really want to get in this Kwame Brown thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all about Sports Cave, who is our sponsor. Check them out at Sports Cave 310 on Instagram. Also check out their website at sportscavetruck.com. We get all our gear from there. So paraphernalia, sports paraphernalia, and anything you need. I usually get a lot of hats from them. Everything you see behind me, hats and jerseys, I get from Sports Cave. So definitely go check them out on IG.
Toboggan from?
This probably was in a Christmas stocking. Probably was a little Christmas stocking. Yep. And I don't want to brag, but somebody told me I look cute in it. So I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, man. Hey, yeah, man. But yeah,
if it works,
make sure. Hey, go check out the Sports Cave for sure, and order some stuff, man. Tell them Man Down sent you. But hey, man, did y'all pay attention to? Hey, first of all, Kwame Brown, that's my dude, man. I gotta give Kwame Brown his props for firing back after 20 years of taking this daggone onslaught from the media, man. They won't leave that man alone, and that man played 12 years in the league. 12 years in the league. Came in as a young boy, 17. He held his own. I'm not gonna call that man a bust, but for him that was my first time ever hearing him speak. For him to come out and say the things he said to Matt Barnes and Stack, and like out of all the people who are on TV, the former players or any analysts, we looked at Matt Barnes and Stack 5 like the real ones, right? But what Cat Williams say about how good a Chrysler 300 look until it get beside a Maybach?
Maybach. It look like a Maybach until you actually on side of a Maybach.
Right. So look, Stephen A. and Chris Broussard and people like that are so fake that Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson was a breath of fresh air to us because they was a step closer to being real. But once you hear Kwame Brown speak, now you realize what real really is. And this dude went from 1K subscribers on his YouTube page to now at like 15,000 in one day. I'm subscribed. And if he start a podcast, I'm on it. But
I'm watching.
What's y'all thoughts on that though?
Becky with the waves.
Becky with the hair.
No, he was like, he's like, I'm not about to stoop down to a nigga with finger waves.
Well, it was just so much. It was so unexpected because we've heard the Kwame Brown jokes for years and years. The soundbite of Stephen A. Talking about he can't play. He's a bust. He's hands are small. He got 2 left feet. Blah 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 blah. Saying all that.
Right.
Never heard from Kwame Brown. He's had enough.
You have now.
So,
wait, Jay, before you go, y'all remember off of Nutty Professor when Reggie was like, I can't take this shit no more. That's basically was Kwame Brown. No lie.
Yeah. Well,
now I want to start off by saying I like what he did. I agree with about 85% of what he says, and that's a high number. 85.
That's a high number.
I'm definitely at 100.
Because you got to fact check him. There's like a few things that he said that was statistically incorrect.
Okay.
Number one, he said that no one but him has been drafted number one straight out of high school. I can think of someone else really quick.
I can think of multiple people.
Of
Moses Malone's, LeBron James,
Dwight Howard,
Sebastian Taffler.
No, but so here's my. I've heard people run that man's name in the dirt,
right,
for years, and so it led me to believe that him and Gilbert has an underlying love-hate relationship, because it sounded like Gilbert was kind of bigging him up. Like, nah, he wasn't. I wouldn't really say he was a bust. Like, he got drafted by someone who didn't want him to play.
What's up?
And then once he went into the whole, once Kwame went into the whole that he was supposed to get traded for Elton Brand,
right,
it makes sense.
It does make sense.
And the deal didn't go through. Now I'm stuck with something that I didn't want.
What up, Lamar?
It ain't. So I get it, but like, it's something about Gilbert Arenas and Steven Jackson that this man really don't like, because they didn't say nothing really bad. Like, it wasn't nothing really bad. That little shoulder tap that he was talking about must have really irked him, that Matt Barnes did. But like, it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've heard people say way worse, especially Stephen A. say way worse about this man, and he's never, like you said anything. I was like, yo, I wanted to somebody take his voice box, because that man don't talk.
Hey, he talking now. He aired Stephen A. Smith out as well. I think he gonna give it to him for now on. I don't think he gonna keep his mouth closed no more.
But you know what? Here's the funny thing, though. Stephen A. is ballsy enough to invite the man on first take.
I think so.
No, he's not.
I think he'll do it. Oh, no. The reason why I think I agree with you, Jay.
Ratings.
Exactly. Will you not tune in? Because I know I am.
Oh yeah,
I'm definitely.
Security will be in full effect.
ESPN don't care who.
It's going to have to be a pre-recorded show. It can't be live.
It won't be live because Kwame ain't got no filter. Obviously, we now know Kwame really got no filter. He's gonna say it. I do want to shout out to the Savannah High basketball team. We played against Kwame multiple times. I never heard this. I've seen this man on the court in person, and I've never heard him speak. I have never heard him talk.
I want to. Somebody we might need to do a Google search. I'm trying to see who this saying who she here for her husband. Is this Kwame? This. Okay. I'm about to say. I was like, is that Kwame Brown, old lady? Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I'm definitely gonna hit up some of the hoopers from back in the day to see if they can still talk to Kwame now and see if we could get them on the show, because that ought to be an interesting podcast.
Yeah, I love to holler at him, man. I love to holler at him. But yeah, so Lamar said how Stephen A. talked so much junk, he ain't never stepped foot on the court. I don't know. Somebody gave him. Stephen A.
went to Winston-Salem.
He said he ain't stepped a foot on the NBA court.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
And I can look at that dude and tell he can't hoop. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, you know.
And I can name on one hand all the legends that came out of Winston-Salem State, and I still have 4 fingers left, and Stephen A. would not be the name that I named.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Shout out to Central too, by the way.
Yeah, but he got a street cred because he was one of the black guys that was on ESPN that can get through to Iverson at the time where Iverson was hot. Because I think he was writing for a newspaper out in Philly.
Yeah, Philly.
So he was able to get Iverson on the show. Iverson had, lost his trust with a lot of people and was like, I'm not going to talk to nobody but Stephen A. So Stephen A. got a lot of clout because Iverson helped him out. Right. And then it grew from there, man. But the way he talks and how he condescends the players, like he's at some place of authority when it comes to basketball, just blows my mind. It really blows my mind. Like Jalen Rose don't even talk like that. Like
he's not the only one to do it though. it's just like if you listen to Greenberg and all them cats that never got on the field, and they'll call a man trash in a heartbeat, and I'm like, bro,
and can't do a hand layup.
Yeah,
not
it ain't a position you play on in any sport. Like you would be backup water boy. You know what I'm saying? Because you spill too much because you're nervous when you get around men.
Yeah,
you like men.
Hey, and
you know what?
And that's the funny thing that Kwame Brown was saying, man. He kept calling that dude Becky with the good hair and telling him like, man, y'all talking about a man, like a man took your wife, a man took your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like he
specifically your teammate.
He said he kept calling them beta males.
The one podcast I can see him going on the Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Yeah, when he was singing the song though, oh my God, why was he singing that song, man?
Someone's gonna eat your food.
That tripped me up, man. He started singing that song. I'm like, man, I know they mad, but this is what I would expect from Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, man. I would expect for them to get out of their feelings and step back and be like, dang, yeah, man, we have been going on that dude for a long time. And it is disrespectful, and it is another black man, and we probably should be using our platform to always uplift people and not bring them down like that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's okay to be critical of basketball play.
Come on, man. No. You're a black man.
Hell no.
If
crazy.
if a black man, if I said right now, hey man, y'all using this podcast to clown people, blah 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 blah. You need to do this and that. All five of y'all gonna say, man, if we do that, it's gonna seem like Jay Punk does. We ain't doing that. We going hard. We gonna double down and go harder. And
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I mean, because
just because you wouldn't do it, don't mean that they gonna do it.
And I'm saying what I would expect. Because of the way they portray the stuff that comes out of their mouth, as far as how they're about this brotherhood and Black Lives Matter and the brother, all this stuff that they're preaching, he called them out on it and was like, "Look, if y'all was really about that,
you can't back off now because now he didn't want person. He's talking about taking your old lady and everything. Shit, they not finna back off. Now.
You can't back off.
It would take a lot of swallowing of the pride pause to actually really say, you know what, you right, Kwame. And I think that because of the image that Matt Barnes has, because of the image that Captain Jack has, they wouldn't, and even Stephen A. What did he tell Kevin Durant that time? He'd make his life a living hell or something like that when he was going back and forth for Kevin Durant. Like they feel like they are them dudes. So that since they feel like they them dudes, they felt like, okay, he ain't as big as me. So I don't have to acknowledge a real good point that he brought up. I can just say, man, whatever. You just looking for clout, which is the scapegoat answer for everybody who gets called out nowadays. Everybody looking for clout. But I just don't feel like they would do that. And they didn't. They tried to double down, and Kwame put his foot on their neck again and again and again and again.
But if I'm like Mel is right, I don't see it happening. But if I'm them, I just be like, you know what, was right. We need to use our platform in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you do well and invite him on the show. Because right now, like you invite him on the show.
Yes.
Right now,
live.
It would be the hottest podcast. Right now,
it
would be the hot.
He's saying
it'd be like Joe Rogan status. That shit would be.
Listen,
you get 1 million viewers easy.
This is how you capitalize on a situation. In media, no attention is bad attention because you want people to click, you want people to watch, whatever. So invite that man on the show. You could even apologize to him or whatever. Invite him on the show. You could keep it G and keep it that way, or you could bomb rush him on the show. You can blindside him on the show. You could call out a screen stat. You can do whatever you want to.
You asking for it. You bring him on the show. He not the show. You fight back.
Yeah, Josh, you're right, man. He did. I feel like everything he said was
Bro, this Josh person.
everything he said was 100, man. For real.
Josh came as soon as Melvin Cameron died, right?
You noticed that, right? You noticed that?
Yeah, but
he done got his burner phone.
But so look with the Stephen A thing though. Just think about all the stuff that Kwame was saying. He was like, "Look, dude, if you stop talking the way you talk to and about black men and black athletes, you wouldn't have a job no more." They needed Stephen A to come out and be so against what Kaepernick was doing. Like they need the black face to come out and say all that stuff, man. And Stephen A is getting used for that. And we thought Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson was going to be different and you know, kind of like on a different thing. And they're starting to get used like that too, because they're getting looked at as contemporaries by these dudes, and they expect them to be like, "Hey, man, you got to be a true journalist and a true analyst, and you got to call it like it is, and you got to say this and blah blah blah," and pretty much be a bully the way people like Skip Bayless is a bully and Stephen A is a bully. But you just don't see that from the players like Jalen Rose, right? Kendrick Perkins is like that. You see how hard they are on Kyrie Irving. KD,
Kendrick Perkins is trash.
Like they constantly come after certain people, and it's annoying, man. Even the way Shaq do Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, that junk is freaking annoying. And like people, I would love for his platform, his YouTube channel that he calls Bus Life. I would love for him to do his first 5 or 6 interviews with people that they consider bus. Bring on all of them and talk to them. And keep it real. I would watch.
Right. I mean, if Ryan Leaf got a job with ESPN, or he was guest hosting on ESPN about, you know, what it was to be a bust in the football realm, Kwame will be a good person to come on to say, you know, how it felt to be a bust when it comes to the basketball realm.
Who? Yeah. Kwame wasn't a bust though.
But that's not what I'm saying though. I'm talking that yes. So perception.
I just pointed that out because of the terminology. You just fell right into it and saying the same thing and call him on the bus. Why? It's because Stephen A told you he was a bus?
No. That's not the. All right, Mel, you got it.
No, it ain't that I got it. It's just it's what I'm saying. Do you agree or not? Are you go continue calling him a bus? Do you really think he was a bus?
I think he. So me and Zoe had this discussion. It's just probably his situations that he was in, and I listened to what he was saying, and I can see where his situations wasn't playing to his strengths. And so that's why I'm gonna say that he wasn't a bust. But I'm just going off the premise, man. That is it. I am not calling him a bust. I'm going off the premise that he's labeled a bust by the major media, and that's what I'm just saying. Go on the show, give them your viewpoint. So
that's a good question. What's considered a bust in NBA?
I could tell you.
I'm gonna tell you what I look at. Right, my number 1 overall draft pick. If you don't give me 10 solid years in the NBA, make a couple All-Star teams, and lead the team at least to the playoffs, then you come there and do what you were supposed to do. You didn't do it. So I understand. Listen, even if you I understand where the thought process is coming from. However, like, when's the last time that dude played basketball?
In the NBA, 2013.
Right? 2013. Was he in Charlotte?
I think he did some overseas or some big 3. But
Philly
NBA 2013.
NBA
2013. So why are we still talking about him in 2021?
Because he's the
what just happened.
Yeah, because of what just happened, and he
easy. I'm saying, like, why are they talking back? Why did this even happen? Because he was always an easy target. He just clapped back.
He didn't say nothing. And he didn't say nothing. Yeah.
Yes,
he did.
He was an easy target.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
They're
gonna be very careful about what they say now.
They're gonna
have to come with it now.
You better tread lightly.
But but that's also a part of what it is. Like, there has been greats who have been ostracized in the way that Kwame Brown has. You know what I'm saying? I think people are gonna talk about J.R. Smith forever. No, he's not one of the greats that I was just talking about. But I'm just saying, like, that you kind of gotta have thick skin, you know what I'm saying, to make it to that level, and then see something bad. Like when they announced Chris Webber Hall of Fame, the first thing I heard people say, "Oh, he'll get up there and call a timeout." That man, you know what I'm saying? That was like 93.
Some of it lives forever. Yeah,
there's some things you just can't get past. Being a number one,
like J.R. Smith will always be known for dribbling up from underneath the goal with a free left to win the game.
Not in my book. I done already forgot about it. Not in my book.
I ain't forget about that. That was
for everybody who know what a basketball looks like, knew that they had no chance in that series. So whatever J.R. Smith did that day didn't matter. And the reason why LeBron was so pissed,
instead of 4 to 0, it'd have been 4 to 1.
Exactly, and that's why he was so pissed, because he was like, I played a perfect game. This was the only game I was going to get. This was
the opportunity we had to win, and yeah, we didn't win. You're right.
And that man said, what the basketball looked like, knew that series was over.
It's almost like if you get caught in the rain and you soaking wet and you get mad at me because I spilled water on your shoes.
Hey,
no. Why you gotta add on to the damn shit? It's already raining while you throwing water.
I spilled it.
Why you by me?
Yeah, he got mad at J.R. Smith for a sinking boat. I mean, come on, man. It's not even game to go play. So
Melvin,
Jay, what
I was gonna say? Chris Melvin, stupid as hell.
So what do you consider a bust in the NBA?
A bust. I think when we look at, if we were to look at the NFL, the NBA, I would point at a person who was picked high, and didn't live. If you wanted to say didn't live up to the expectations, that's one thing. But Kwame Brown had a long career in the league.
Yeah.
He had a long career in the league. No, he wasn't this perennial all-star. And like me and Cass was talking about, I think that was due to some stuff that kind of beyond his control. But like I look at people like Kwame Brown, who was probably a 7-point average throughout his career. What is it? 6, 5?
Probably.
Somewhere around 6'5". I don't
6.6. Yo, so that's 7. 6.6.
Okay, we'll give him 7. And then I look at somebody like, let's see, number 1,
Greg
Sebastian Terfler.
Andrew Bogut.
I was about to say Sebastian Terfler.
What's Andrew Bogut's average for his career? Now, granted, his career ended a lot differently than in favorable, but he was a number 1 pick. And he had some years of some injuries, but it's all circumstantial. Just like Corey just said, Greg Oden. Was Greg Oden a bust? I mean, do you call him a bust, or was he the same? He got hurt. There was nothing he could do. What about Anthony Bennett?
So let's go here. Let's go to the number 1 bust.
I think of 3 people.
Who you think of?
But it's kind of 3.
Terfler.
No, he was just way too small. That was never going to work. Adam Morrison.
Okay.
That's a plus.
Okay.
Charles and Ed O'Bannon.
God, they were so good at UCLA.
Wasn't they so good?
They're not a bust. They're getting them boys paid.
That's true too. You got a point there.
Off the court. Okay, Slim.
Okay, so let me say this, Jay. So before we answer LaCour's question, right? The number 1 bust in the NBA to me, it goes based on expectation. And I don't think just because you got drafted in a certain place puts that expectation on you, because somebody got to be the first pick. And if it's a trash draft class, you can't get mad at who's the first pick and give him LeBron like expectations, right? So we never thought of Kwame coming out of high school as a 17-year-old kid to be anything other than But let's see what he can be, right? But
Yeah.
as far as expectations, is there any expectation that was placed more on anybody like Christian Laettner being a winner in college and being the only person that was not even play a second in the NBA that go to the dream team and play with Larry Bird, Jordan, Kwame Brown, all these dudes? Like, we expected great things from Christian Laettner, and Kwame Brown
had a 15-year
outperformed
NBA
him.
career, man. You can't call that.
And
man
Kwame Brown, and my point exactly, you can't call Kwame Brown a bust for having a 12-year NBA career with less expectation.
No.
Christian Laettner had more expectation than Kwame.
Yeah, you don't compare his reason as a buster, huh?
What we're not gonna do is label Christian Laettner a bust.
Jason Williams.
What college you went to?
Williams.
He went to Duke. Why is he not a bust though, Jay?
This fool.
He went there. He's not a bust because that man had a serviceable NBA career. That man made enough money to become an owner in Team State. That man been a front office executive. Here's the bust. This is real talk. You want to know who the bust is? These GMs that pick these cats for teams and situations that they don't fit in. I don't think any NBA player is a bust.
No, Jay, that's not fair. That's not fair. We got to stick with what a definition of a bust is.
I'm about to tell you the definition.
If we give a
of bust.
definition, then I guarantee you it's going to fit Christian Laettner.
No, that man is not a bust. Darko's a bust. Yeah, Darko definitely was a bust. But for the most part, man, to make it to the league, if you have at least 10 years in the league, there's new talent coming out every year. And if somebody pick you up for 10 years, you're not a bust. You may be a role player. Now, the expectation may have been that you was going to be a superstar. But as the game evolves, the way they play it, the way they call it, everything evolves. That might not, and the team that you play for may already have a superstar.
So you're saying it's all circumstantial?
If you get drafted to the Bulls with Jordan and Pippen, and Kukoc was the man in Europe.
Okay, so what makes Kwame a bust? Is Kwame a bust?
No, I wouldn't. Okay. I would say that Obervin Canby was a bigger bust than him.
Yeah, Oliver Candy was a bigger bust than Kwame.
What was the expectations on Oliver Candy? Like y'all putting expectation just on the pick itself. When you look at the player and say, is he gonna translate to the league?
I think it's more than that. I think it has to be circumstantial. I think it has to be because at the end of the day, what are you gonna look at? Why is Jay-Z say I ball for real? Y'all niggas is Sam Bowie. Like, why are we talking about Sam Bowie being a bust? Because of how great Jordan was, and they had a chance to pick him. So if you look at Kwame's draft, let's see. I'm just going down a list of people who were picked less than him, which was everybody. Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler was in that same draft. Paul Gasol was in there. Eddie Curry was in that draft. Who was considered? Joe Johnson was in that draft.
Nothing major. You haven't named the Hall of Famer yet.
And that's my point. Like, nobody in that draft was of right, I don't know.
Zoe, that's why I said the pick order, the pick number you were picked at is not part of the criteria on what makes you a bust, but it's based on, because like I said, if it's a weak draft, somebody weak's going to be number one. What year was it when Evan Turner was player of the year? And was he number one or number two?
Two. John Wall was one that year.
Right. So Evan Turner, right? Nobody expected him to be in anything. So can we say he's a bust because he got picked number two? No, that's not fair.
So Anthony Bennett, because of that draft, that was just a bad pick, or was because it's the word bust in itself. None of these all these dudes are millionaires as soon as their names are called. So outside of the sport that they play, I mean, they're great. Outside of that, but like, the word bust. It's the definition of the word that is confusing, because at the same time, if you were picked high, it's easy to say if you were picked high and you didn't turn into a star, at least a star, not a superstar, not an all-star, at least a star, then you're going to be considered a bust. But in the grand scheme of things, it is deeper than that. So I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that you're not looking at, Mel. Here's the other thing that you're not looking at, but it also proves your point. When you said that the draft class was weak, so they all had to get picked, which means the senior class or the college class, what they was killing and comparing a lot of these guys to, was weak as well. So yeah, you look like a man amongst boys when you was amongst the boys, but when you take a man and put him against better men, that man gonna look like a lesser man. You understand what I'm saying? So it really has to do with a whole lot. But to call somebody a bust, like, it's the I really think it's pre-draft or even the pre-draft expectations. I mean, they called Mason Plumlee before he got to Duke. They said a more talented white Kevin Garnett. What? Where?
That is crazy to even imagine anybody writing that and publishing it.
You gotta check the source on that. You gotta check the source on that. I'm gonna read this real quick. Now I want Corey, Kaz, and Slim to respond. Are you a bust if you're a top 10 pick or first rounder, or made it to the league at all? Because to get to the association is hard in itself. So
facts,
man. Shit.
I have a question. Are you a bust because you weren't successful, or are you a bust for your organization? Like Greg Oden was a bust for his organization.
No,
they invested a lot of money. They invested a lot of money, and he never he played maybe 2 games in the NBA, maybe.
He played a little bit more than that. He had a degenerative knee, man. His knee was jacked up. I mean, but like I've been saying with the expectation piece, though, what was the expectation?
But you come off. He was expected to do what he did in college. That's your expectation,
right?
When
and the
you
reason
are
why
drafted
he couldn't do it was why.
When you are drafted out of high school and skip college and come straight to the NBA, you are automatically expected to be great. You were so great that you did not have to go to college and go to the NBA. That is very true. That is very true. Especially in this day and age. Look at LeBron. LeBron's high school games was prime time on ESPN. It is. That's not true. He was expected to be great when he got to the NBA. And you're crazy if you think that's not true.
When LeBron got there.
Kwame Brown was expected to come into the NBA.
By who?
He wasn't.
Who expected it?
Jordan.
I'm pretty sure that everybody. I'm pretty sure that whoever drafted him,
because Jordan didn't want Kwame Brown there.
Skip Bayless said.
How did he get there?
Skip Bayless said he talked to him the night before. He said he was leaning toward the kid.
Skip
How did he get there?
According to Kwame Brown, they had a trade in place for Elton Brand and him. Jordan wanted a more proven player to help him make a playoff run with the Wizards at age 39. He didn't want Kwame Brown, and that's why he rolled him so hard. You got a 17-year-old kid. I'm looking at my son right now at 15. I can't imagine him 2 years from now getting talked to the way Jordan was talking to some players on the Bulls at 17, trying to play with
everybody he played with. Like I couldn't imagine it either.
But who was getting drafted
I had a
out
question.
of high school around that time though? The next year was LeBron, right?
No, 2 years
after Kwame.
Kwame was 02, right?
01, right?
01.
All right, so around that time, you had Tyson Chandler. We know he ain't the superstar, but he was in that draft. You had McGrady and them, Corbin and them, Garnett and them. I know they had that Cordion young cat that never made it. But nobody remembered him.
Just by the numbers, man, more people were busts coming out of high school, quote unquote.
They was, but when they boomed,
that's why they started making people go.
So he only could go against what he was.
Because they felt like they was coming to the NBA and they wasn't mentally ready.
Moses Malone and Amari Stoudemire panned out.
That's another one.
I can say it's 50-50 split.
50. Let's
But when
let's
they
So did
boom,
LeBron.
they boom.
Okay, so look,
Yeah.
so you got
LeBron was the
so-
ultimate
so-
workout.
you had
Yeah.
Jermaine O'Neal come out and wasn't ready for 4 years because of weight. You had Eddie Curry and Tyson Chandler come out. Neither one of them was ready for about 3 or 4 years. Tyson Chandler had to find his way as a shot blocker and
Wasn't
rebounder.
Jonathan Bender around that
Right.
time?
You know what,
Jonathan
Al
Bender,
Harrington,
Al Harrington, Steven Jackson. Like these are the dudes that was coming out. They were just taking Darius Miles. They were just taking chances on these kids that was just athletic and can run and jump. Right. There was no real expectations on even Sean Livingston came out of high school. There was no like Sean Livingston might have been the best one other than Kobe KG.
Yeah, other than the
McGrady. Yeah, Sean Livingston might have been one. He was a guard that was 6'7", point guard that was
Moses
nice.
Malone was.
You know what's
Malone
funny?
is still definitely
I
above
ain't
him.
talking about I ain't talking about ancient.
like-
I ain't talking about.
Oh yeah, but
ancient.
no,
I
I
don't-
get what you're saying, but it was just more so of players that came straight out of high school. But I had a question for Corey. Like I kind of agree with your
Yeah.
premise, but would you consider Paul Silas a bust?
Listen,
the
I'm
team
not talking
invested
about
in
players that
him.
go in the first round to come out of high school. I'm not really
No,
concerned
no.
about that.
Paul
I get that
Silas-
point. Hold on, let
Paul
me
Silas-
explain myself. If you go, I don't care what sport it is. If you are the number 1 overall draft pick, you are expected to perform.
No,
Period.
you're not.
And if
No,
you
you're
don't
not.
perform, you're crazy if
You're
you
thinking
think
about
you're not.
football. No, you're not.
If you're, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what sport it is. It could be baseball. It
If
doesn't
you're the-
matter.
just
If
because
you
you're
are
the
the
number 1 pick
number
doesn't
1
mean
overall
you're
draft pick,
expected to
which
perform.
means you are
No,
the
you're not.
man. Okay.
Wait.
Then
No,
I
but
don't
No,
understand.
Corey,
I don't understand what
Corey,
you're looking at.
Corey, wait.
The
wait,
number
wait.
1 overall draft pick, you are going to perform.
Well, so
Out
Paul
of high school.
wait, hold on.
Out of high
Mel,
school.
Mel, wait,
Out
hold
of
on.
high
time
school.
out. Wait.
What high
high
schooler? What high schooler did, like when Kwame Brown was coming out? Who expected him to perform? We didn't even have film on him.
yeah.
No one knew
Washington
about
Wizards?
Kwame Brown unless they was in Georgia
The
or
Washington
in
Wizards.
okay.
The Washington
So
Wizards.
do you know what they expected from him when they drafted him? Do you
They
know that?
expected him to perform. They
So-
expected him to
so
come in,
if
be a
we
starter,
if we
and
take a
help
sample-
Jordan.
if we take a sample size-
Exactly. That's
If we take it-
exactly
no,
what they
'cause was
expected
trying
him to
trade-
do.
they was-
And
no.
he didn't do it.
Listen.
Get stuck. Is
Right.
Tyson Chandler was picked right after Kwame Brown, like the next pick, and then the pick after that was Pau Gasol, and then the pick after that was Eddie Curry. All these dudes is in the top 5 are all with the exception of Pau, were all of them busts. I mean, because none of them were leaders of
They was all
teams.
high schoolers. They was all high schoolers.
I mean,
Kids.
But hey, man, how many of out of those names that you call, how many of them went on to play more serviceable NBA careers than Kwame Brown? All of them.
They had about the same. Kwame Brown played longer than Eddie Curry.
Tyson Chandler still playing.
Corey,
Okay.
All right, but
Corey,
Tyson.
Yeah, I'm listening.
hold on. Listen real quick. In his rookie year, Kwame Brown played in 57 games, and he
Okay.
averaged 14.3 minutes a game. So that's not a lot. Like, they didn't play him a lot to demand that he was going a game changer. If you're not giving nobody 15 minutes a game, like,
What do you expect?
Yeah. And,
Hey,
Charles
and-
but what I'm
saying, Eton Thomas and some people that
and
the
he averaged
expectations just wasn't there.
4.5 points and 3.5 rebounds.
And how did his NBA career keep going? Did it progress or regress, or did it stay about the same?
And progress. He turned into a rebounder
Third year
slash
in Washington,
defender.
and in 2003, he played 74 games. He got 30 minutes per game. He averaged 10.9 points and 7.4 rebounds. And he shot 49%.
How much money? How much money was his rookie contract?
I think back then the maximum was 3 years. 3 years, 10 million was all they could give rookies at that time.
So he, as the number 1 overall draft pick, all he made his first contract was $30 million.
No. 10 million for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. His
So
next
that's all he
contract,
made for 3
Not-
years.
not
was
$10 million
$10
per.
million.
his next
Well,
contract came.
they got about the
Yeah, the next one was
Tyson
big.
is
With
and that's that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm the number 1 overall pick, I'm expected to do big things. I don't know.
Expectations is based on
I'm not the number one overall pick. You're crazy if you think the number one.
Corey, does it work the other?
His
does it work the other
expectations
way?
is to be where he's.
Corey,
Yeah,
what's
what
the
do you mean?
expectations of what's the expectations of a player picked outside of the lottery?
Outside of lottery to go in and probably help out with the team.
So you telling me
However you
expectations on
can.
a player, Corey?
Yes.
you gotta
The
allow someone to
draft.
talk. Corey, you have to
You're
allow
not
someone
allowing
to
me
talk.
to talk. You're allowed.
Okay,
Stop listening to you.
I'll let you talk. I'll
I'm
let you talk.
listening
Go
to
ahead.
you.
Go ahead, because I was trying
And
to
you
ask a
keep
question.
trying
Go
to
ahead.
tell me that the number one overall pick is expected to go in and be a role player, and you're crazy if you think that.
I've never said that. That's why you should listen and
That's
not talk.
exactly what you're implying.
I'm
That's
not.
what you're
How you telling me I'm
implying.
implying something?
I am listening.
If I can't even
Okay,
get a
well,
word
tell
out
me.
edgewise,
Tell me.
how you go
Tell
tell me
me.
what I'm
Tell me
implying?
what you're saying.
Okay.
I've been listening to you for 20 minutes, and you asked me to talk, and now I'm talking, and now you don't want me to say nothing. So go
Just
ahead,
let me
say
know
what
when
you
you
got to
finish.
say.
Just let me know when you finish.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done. I've been done. So say what you got to say.
Okay, so and for you to say your expectations is based on where you're drafted
Saucy.
makes no sense. Your expectations is based on what you can do. And Kwame Brown, as a high schooler, 17 years old, wasn't ready to do what a veteran could do. Kobe Bryant, as great as he was, the third greatest player that ever played the game in the NBA, was not even expected to do nothing coming out as a 17-year-old. Dale Harris wouldn't even play him. Dale Harris wouldn't even play him, Corey. Dale Harris would not even play him. What was Kobe's expectations?
If they expected Kobe to be exactly what he was when he was
no, you said if you're
they have these general managers. You have these general managers that sit here and grade talent, right? And their job is to say, okay, in 5 years, right, this dude is going to be great. And that's exactly what they thought Kwame Brown was going to be, and he wasn't. Period.
He was the white version of Kevin Garnett.
They expected him to be
what college
great,
Kobe went to?
and he wasn't great.
Everybody that's listening.
Kobe didn't. Kobe came out of high school.
All right, that's another person that I'm saying that we didn't.
Where he was supposed to go.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's another player that we didn't mention that came straight out of high school.
Everybody that's listening.
They expected him to be that.
Everybody that's listening, if you agree with Corey, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in there and say that wherever you're drafted at is what your expectations is. If you agree with that, or if you agree with, hey, we have to, if you're a 17-year-old high schooler coming out, we're not expecting you to come out and be Shaq in year 1. Dwight Howard wasn't his first year. Kobe wasn't that his first year. The only person that came out of high school and
that's two different questions, ain't it?
Even T-Mac.
It is two different questions. He's trying to twist it to be right.
Even T-Mac came out and had to play behind Vince Carter, and we didn't know his full potential till he left Toronto and got to Orlando. Kobe Bryant, we didn't know his full potential until Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel left.
Thank you, Lamar. I appreciate you.
Jermaine O'Neal sat behind Rasheed Wallace in Portland for years, and then went to Indiana. And when we saw what he could do, Sean Livingston sat with the Clippers. Like so many people. Like, how many high schools do we know that came in and produced right away? Even Kevin Garnett had to progress.
Wait a minute.
You're a high schooler.
Wait a minute.
You're a high schooler.
Talking about players that weren't the number one overall draft picks.
LeBron and Moses Malone are the only ones that came out and was like, I'm here. And even at that time, they had to get rid of Ricky Davis and Carlos Boozer for him to flourish.
Just like I said, you have these people that look at these players and say, this player, however long, this dude is going to be great. He is a supreme athlete. He has all of these characteristics. This dude is going to be great.
They didn't say that about
Kwame Brown. Number 1 overall.
They didn't say that about Kwame Brown.
Okay, man.
So
then they should have drafted. Then they should have drafted him in the 3rd round. If he had no potential, he was going to be.
The draft was weak, Corey. Did you just hit the top 5? Did you just hit the top 5? Tyson Chandler, Eddie Curry, Kwame Brown, and Paul Gasol. Did you hear that? and Paul was coming
You
from
got two
Spain. They
champs
didn't know
out
what that Paul was
Two
coming from
champs
Spain.
come out of-
Come on, how long did it take Tyson Chandler? Did Tyson Chandler lead to a championship? No. Kwame Brown could
He
have
was the
played that
key
same.
piece. He was
Kwame
Kwame
Brown could have
one. I know
played
that.
with Dirk, J. Kidd, Jason Terry, and he could have done the same thing: block shots and rebound.
I think
He was agile as well.
Right here is supposed
You
to
think
say
so?
that Garnett was the start of his rookie year, but that's not what he said anyway. Real quick, let me help you guys out. Very rarely do you have a draft, a person or a team that drafts someone in the NBA for just Chandler alone. Most times when you draft somebody in the NBA, you try to build your team. So I'll go to the Spurs. The Spurs was one that took that risk. They had a future Hall of Famer in David Robinson, and they drafted another big man because David Robinson started to have back issues, and they drafted Tim Duncan. And, 3 championships later, that was a very wise pick. Most of the time, like if you got Jordan and it's your draft pick and Kobe sitting there, you're not going to pick Kobe. I don't care how good Kobe's going to be. You got Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times in this whole draft thing, fitting the team needs, or it's turning the page from one superstar and trying to find a superstar through the draft. That's
right. So Jay,
So let me ask you.
let me
ask you
are you
this, Jay.
saying you
Let me ask you
picking
this, Jay.
what you need or best available?
And I think so the difference, I think, in the NFL a lot of times is best available. In the NBA, most often is what you need.
Kwame Brown was a good building. So Kwame Brown was a good building block.
No. Listen. So sometimes
none of them are.
it doesn't go the way you want to. A lot of things don't go the way you want to. And that's why
Get this man off the sticks, man.
We just basing things off
No,
like
you get off the sticks.
Get this man off the sticks.
Kwame Brown at 17 was a 7-foot deer. Like this man ran like a deer. And he was 17.
No one expected Kwame Brown to come out of high school and bang with Shaq.
Nobody. That is very true.
I was about to say nobody.
I expected him in 3 or 4 years to be great, and he wasn't.
Because he was a number 1 pick. Just because where he was picked at, you gave him the expectations of all the other number 1 picks. That makes no sense. When all the other number 1
No,
picks
it makes no sense
was
to you.
three-year college players.
Who?
Every number 1 pick is not a prodigy. LeBron is a prodigy.
So,
every number 1 pick is not a prodigy.
You are so special. You are a 7-foot deer. Ain't that what you said, Zoe? A 7-foot deer.
Was a 17-year-old kid.
Special. And you are going to be great in a few years. And he wasn't.
All right. So real quick, somebody look up the last 10 number 1 picks. And let's look at that.
We don't even have to do it because there are so many different.
I mean, we can call that out. All of us right now. All of us, the 6 people up in the show, got the brain power to say who's the last 10 picks. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you can do it. You can do that with any sport to say that the number 1 pick in sport. Who wins the last one that was great? But I tell you the way that they hyped up, they are made special. You are going to be special.
Corey, I agree with the premise. I mean, because you got to think about it. Kwame Brown played 5, right? So at least he was considered to be the best 5. If the Wizards said their number 1 need was 5, at least they consider him the best 5 in the draft. But I'm Jay. I'm just saying.
Hold on. Let me tell you what happened. The Bulls was high on him, and there was a deal worked out to trade for Elton Brand. So it was a sign and trade. Essentially, is what Kwame Brown was supposed to be, but then the deal fell through.
Still, regardless.
Hold on. We got a call. Lamar, go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? Down crew.
What's up, man?
Man, how y'all doing, man?
We good, man.
Hey, man. I know y'all brothers. I know y'all getting heated. But hold on, just hear brother out. I gotta play the happy medium because Corey has a
No,
point.
no, Lamar, don't do that. No, Lamar, do not stand on the fence.
No, Melvin. We can't tell the callers what to do, Melvin.
Hold on.
We
Lamar,
can't tell the
How you gonna
callers
tell
what
him?
to
How you
do.
gonna tell him how to think?
We can't tell the
Lamar.
callers what to do, Mel.
All right,
Let him speak.
okay, I digress, but I need to say this, Lamar. This is man down, right? And if you can't put a man down with what you about to say, you probably should rethink it. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, come on, don't do me like that, man. All I'm saying is both you and Corey got great valid points. I need y'all to come to a happy medium on this, because in your defense, Mel, if you're looking at the draft that Kwame was in, the top 5 pick, you're not getting a Hall of Famer off gate. Let's be honest about that. That's off rip.
Right.
So in that case, you are right. But what I'm saying where Corey is right, when you are picked first overall, I mean, the expectations are going to be put on you regardless, you know, whether what you pan out to be.
Can I ask you this? If me and you both were scouts, and we went and we looked at all the potential lottery picks, and me and you both agreed, it ain't not one all-star in there.
Hey, and I feel you, but guess what? We had Biden or Trump to choose for it. What?
No. Hold on. Let me just say, we look at them and we all agree there's not a future all-star in it. Like, I would be shocked if any of these guys made all-star. We agreed that all 15 potential lottery picks are not all-stars, but one of them got to go first. Are you going to give him all expectations of LeBron James if you know he don't have that potential?
See, but that's what I'm saying. You're right. In that case, is because look, you're not getting the cream of the crop. We get that. So you're not expecting them to have a LeBron, Jordan,
exactly. And that's why you can't put expectations on a pick. You have to put it on the player itself. The expectation goes on what you can do.
And I get what you're saying, but here's where Corey's right. You're talking about a first overall pick, second, third, fourth, even first to 5 are supposed to be the best of the best picks. That's supposed to help change your franchise. That's where the expectations come from. You know what I'm saying? You're not asking. So you telling me a first overall pick, you expecting him just to be a role player? Hell no. I'm expecting him to be a key contributor.
If that's his potential, yeah. If his potential is and his ceiling is not all-star, how can I expect all-star just because I picked him number 1? You was just the best the best option in this draft. Doesn't mean that I got to give you Michael Jordan or savior or franchise player expectations. Nobody thought Kwame was gonna be a franchise player.
Oh no.
Nobody thought the 7-foot deer was gonna be good. They thought he was gonna be a
franchise player.
I
said franchise player.
Crazy.
You sound just as crazy as you did last time when you told me Rodman was better than Chris Webber. And you said the reason why is because Rodman's a Hall of Famer and Chris Webber. I said Chris Webber's not in the Hall of Fame because of Michigan.
Well, Webber's a Hall of Famer now.
He's a Hall of Famer now. So
he is now.
Hey, the chickens always come home to roost in every debate me and Corey
he
had,
is now.
Especially when it got to do with basketball.
Now. And that's probably
Corey,
the one that you've won.
I'm stripping you of your basketball takes for here on out.
You right. You can strip me of. You can try to strip me. You can try to strip me of whatever you want to strip me. Fact of the matter is, you had the number 1 overall pick. It's expected to be a quality franchise player, and Kwame Brown wasn't that. He's much better at these podcasts that he's put out. These 2 interviews than he was ever on the basketball court.
Hey, Mel Budden.
He missed his call.
Mel Budden.
Hey, tell us a plug IOW before you get off.
Oh yeah, hey everybody, man. We done many collaborations with the whole Man Down podcast network. From of course Mel, Jay been on the show. I've been trying to get the rescue Negroes on the show. Y'all be dodging me like y'all got damn corona or some shit. But
Negroes.
we didn't chopped it up with Sincere and Peaches on the Black Owned podcast. But look, check it out. IOW Network. We on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that. Y'all go check out the ILW Network Radio app, available on the Apple Store, on the Google Play Store. So, man, y'all just show us some love, man. Hey, much love to y'all, man, down, man. Y'all boys keep it cool and keep it copacetic, man.
All right, thanks, Lamar. Call back.
Wait. I got one question before you leave. One question before you leave, Lamar. Quick question.
Lamar, before you leave, Cavs got a question. I got a question.
I got a question too. Shit.
All right, Lamar.
Hey, anybody else that want to call in? The number is right there in red where
Lamar.
it says call in right after the phone. 336-456-6453.
So my question is, do y'all consider Markel's Fultz a busting? Because I think Markel Fultz kind of fit the position that Melvin is saying. Because he doesn't even have a team anymore, right?
Who?
Orlando.
Markel Fultz. No, I think Markel Fultz is getting cut. Didn't he get cut? Didn't Orlando cut him?
He got hurt this year. I think he tore his ACL.
He get hurt every year.
Yeah, his feelings hurt.
Yep.
Like I don't think you can rate bust as easy in the NBA as you can in the NFL.
You could. Just gotta have a baseline of what you're comparing them to.
Because again, man, that number one draft pick in the NFL can go anywhere. Like the last time Kansas City had number one draft pick, they got Derek Fisher, offensive lineman.
Hey, go ahead, Colin. Who's this?
It's LaCour.
What's going on, man? Hey, I'm trying to get Skeeto to call in. He said he wanted to tune in, but yeah, go ahead, LaCour.
So I don't know if y'all saw the list. I did all the way back to 2008.
I'll put it back up
for the first round picks. So just to cap, so we had Anthony Edwards last year. He's still proving himself. Zion, DeAndre Ayton, Markel Fultz, Ben Simmons, Cat, Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, AD, Kyrie, John Wall, Blake Griffin, and Derrick Rose. That's all the way back to 2008.
If we going by the same standard with Kwame Brown, I found 5 busts in there already. Zion's one of them. Like when you have all that hype,
I knew that was.
You can't even be the best player on your squad.
I knew that was coming.
No.
Hey,
Number one.
Kaz, hold on, Kaz. Hold on. No, Kaz. I got this. Hey, that's the second Duke player you disrespected today, sir. I'm not standing for that. I'm not standing for that because you ain't got to go for him. Now, that's the second one.
Hold on. I'm gonna let LaCour finish his statement. Then me and Jay, we got to go back and forth on Christian Laettner because I'm trying to figure out how you protecting him from the bus status when he didn't do what he was expected to do. But go ahead, LaCour.
So I'm gonna say this. So in my eyes, out of the names I listed out the last year, like I said, Anthony Edwards is still proving himself, and he's having an incredible.
Damn you,
year.
Mel.
So, for me, Anthony Bennett is definitely a bust. That was a terrible selection by the Cavaliers. He didn't pan out. I don't even think Anthony Bennett is still in the league. Actually,
I agree with you on
a couple of years.
Hey, LaCour, I agree with you on Anthony Bennett because we did have expectations on him. He was phenomenal in college. We did have expectations for him.
Was he?
Yeah, he was phenomenal. I mean, come on.
He would have been top 5 even if he wasn't.
What school he went to? Like Fresno State or some shit?
UNLV. And I think they was almost undefeated. They blew Carolina out real bad that year. But he was the best player in college.
They got some bodies late. I mean, he was. I'm trying to think who went number 2 that year because he was definitely phenomenal.
Yeah.
There was. I think there was more. There was a.
Man, I watched that draft on the ship too.
Than Andrew Wiggins, in my opinion, as far as just expectations.
Mel, we was underway when that draft happened when Anthony Bennett got drafted number 1. Because I was up in we was underway because I was up in the MDiv office when I watched it. I'm trying to remember who got drafted.
Hey, LaCour,
What's up?
What order did Tyreek Evans go in?
Was that the 2013
who called him?
Was he one or two? Was he 1 or 2?
Let me see.
Hey, who got a whole who at Burger King? Who background is that?
Did he say Burger King?
That's you, Kaz. I just somebody just said something about heavy on the. Somebody just ordered a Whopper or a hot dog or something. God,
this man said,
"Get Mel Budden."
Mel Budden. I want to see the books, Mel. want to see the
Hey, who remembers what Tyreke Evans was drafted at?
This is
I'm about to
point
look
in
at
the show where it always takes a turn. Like it's
been a while
Bro,
since we took a
we
left
are
there, bro.
hour in and still on the first topic though.
That's true. We do gotta close it. Hey, look, go ahead, close this topic out, man, so we can move, man.
He forgot.
So over that list, though, I was saying there's only a handful of guys that I would say didn't really do the things that they were as a number one overall pick, the things that you were supposed to do. And for me, that's like I said, Anthony Bennett. I feel like Andrew Wiggins took too long to get to the player that he was supposed to be when he was drafted. Because you see, he's balling in Golden State, but that's the dude that Minnesota expected. I mean, not Minnesota, Cleveland. That's the dude that Cleveland expected when they drafted him, and he's just now becoming that guy. Markelle Fultz, I would say he ain't really lived up to the number one hype.
Andrew Wiggins was as soon as they signed him, LeBron said, "Nah, give me Kevin Love." So they traded him as soon as they drafted him. So he didn't even play a game with Cleveland.
Well, that's because
they traded him for Kevin Love.
Yeah,
LeBron didn't want him. He wanted a shooter that was gonna space the floor for him. He didn't want nobody that was big and athletic and can do something. He was leaving Wade because he didn't want to share that burden. So
that
I got
13
2
draft
things
was trash,
to point
by
out
the
on
way.
that list real quick.
2013 NBA draft was trash.
I also think DeAndre Ayton wasn't it either. I also think DeAndre Ayton was a.
I think
What's up, Jay?
I said, going to your list, did you realize that there's only one school with more than one player on that list?
Oh my God!
Oh my God, Jay!
Yes, Kentucky.
Yes,
it's Kentucky.
It's Kentucky.
It is Kentucky.
Listen. Duke and Kentucky are the Alabamas of the college basketball circuit. Okay.
Yeah. Here go the other thing that I want y'all to realize. Not only did Duke have 2 players, but Ayton and Zion will be good. Folks is trash. Ben Simmons, I don't like, but okay. But most of these guys, man, are drafted off of what they could be, and it wasn't immediate. Like they wasn't expected to do something immediate.
You want to know why I can agree with Mel when Mel said that he thinks Zion is going to be a bust and is a bust? I can agree to that sentiment because of the fact that media pressure is a very serious thing, and they had him labeled as the next LeBron before he had even laced up a pair of kicks at Duke.
Right. I was being facetious though. I don't think he's gonna be a bust. He's already showed. I mean, this dude averaged 27 this year. He's already showed that he go last in his league. It's just all about how long his body go hold up, and if he's gonna develop anything, in the post or as far as shooting before his athleticism run out. And you seen Blake Griffin.
You don't want your point guard in the post.
Right. That's another funny thing. All right, look, man. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right, y'all.
Hey, call back.
Honest. Be honest with Zion and just say it's gonna matter how many honey buns he eat. Just be
that's
bro, you and them honey buns, bro.
No more. I don't think he eat honey buns no more. He switched to the Atkins diet chocolate bars.
That's what it is. The Atkins chocolate bar.
He's gonna fuck him up.
You got to be the number one option to be not to be considered a bust. Like on your team, you pick number one. You go to your team. Eventually, do you have to be the number one option? You think so?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait.
Right.
In some cases, this is gonna be tough because let's just say if Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett would have stayed there for the long haul, that's 2 number 1 overall picks on the Cavs.
Man, Giannis was in that same draft than Anthony Bennett, man.
No, Slim, follow me for 1 second. I'm trying to lead a horse to water right now. So Anthony Bennett, certain teams, fortunately, Cleveland is like one of the only teams that ever had it. So like in a 3-year span that they have the number 1 overall picks like that, plus Kyrie, right? So you gotta think somebody. 2 of them is going to be a bust if they all stayed up on that same team. So this is just like what you say about the Pelicans all the time, Mel. even though Brandon Ingram wasn't the number 1 overall, he was the number 2 overall. And I would say right now, Brandon Ingram is the number 1 option. If Zion maintain, his growth, and let's just say next year averages 28 points a game on a higher efficiency of scoring, but he develops a mid-range jumper, I don't consider him being a bust if he's progressing at the rate that we are saying. But at the same time, Brandon Ingram is still showing and proving that he can be the man in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Well, according to Corey, if you're the number 1 pick, and you got his expectations here, you have to meet or exceed those expectations, or you're a bust. So
hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. So the NBA does it differently. Like the actually worst team don't necessarily get the number 1 pick because there's a draft, lottery, or whatever.
Right,
so
right.
Is it the number 1 pick all the way up to like the number 10 pick? All the equal of importance to the team. It's just what order you got picked, right?
Most of the time you have a higher percentage if you're the worst team, but the bottom 3 teams have the exact same percentage to get the number 1 pick.
Right. So my point is, so the top 3, 4, 5 picks in any NBA draft, like they're interchangeable, just depending on what team drafts where.
That's true.
So if we're gonna look at these number 1s and call them blessed, we need to take a list of the number 2s. We need to take a list of the number 3s. Like dude, it just doesn't matter because you were picked number 1. If you were picked in the lottery and don't contribute eventually, then you may be considered less than draft worth. I'm not going to say blessed.
Right, Jay. I agree with what you're saying because think about the year. Just think about 2 years ago. Ja Morant to most would have been considered the number 1 overall pick in like 7 of the other 10 drafts.
Right, y'all got to look at the 2013 draft.
Right, so I agree with you. Like if we got to look at the number 2 overall picks, we got to look at the number 3 because what happened if the team that's picking don't have Anthony Davis anymore, so they need a 4. But maybe the 4 is not the best player available. Maybe the Ja Morant is the best player available, but you're gonna go with the Zion Williams because you have to replace the 4. So I agree with what you're saying, Jay.
Please go look at this 2013.
A lot of times, especially you see it in the NBA. Let's say I do have I think Ja Morant is the best player in the draft, right? But I need a power forward. Then I'll draft Ja Morant, right? And then trade you for your power forward and some more because I know that's who you really want anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it works like that in NBA. That's just how it works.
But if you are so
cool, but
somebody just put up the top 5. Lord, put up the top 5. I looked at cornerstone guys, building blocks, future faces of the franchise. If you're a habitually bad team, like let's say Cleveland, and you get a top 5 every year, all of these guys can't be your cornerstone. All of these guys can't be your face of your franchise. All of these guys can't be anything but teammate because your team sucks every year. So every year you're going to get a top 5 guy. So all of them can't be the guy. So
eventually they. I mean,
and Jay, that was my point.
That you can
exactly was my point.
The only team that
Otto
you build
Porter
out of the
was
draft,
drafted.
but yeah.
Hey, Skiddo, you calling in before we move to the next topic?
By the way, this is
Who the fuck is Alex Lynn?
Yeah. Hey, so somebody already alluded to it, man. And if you just joined, man, this is Men Down Podcast, and we got a whole panel of dudes here today, full panel today. I'm happy to see y'all today, for real, to be honest with you.
I hope we ain't the 2013 draft.
What's
y'all got to go look at this list, bro. Y'all got to look at the first 10 picks.
You got it in front of you. Name the top 10 real quick.
Oh, yeah, baby. So you got first pick, Anthony Bennett. Second pick, Victor Oladipo.
God, he was 2?
He was 2.
Third was Otto fucking Porter. Fourth was Cody Zeller.
Cody Zeller was number 4.
Fucking 4. I should have came out that
I remember
draft, bro.
Cody Zeller though.
Yeah, me too.
I remember Cody Zeller.
Not getting
There's
drafted.
nothing
4.
good coming after that.
Shit. Alex Lynn? I saw
don't
him
even
working
know
at the
who he
Chinese
is.
food. Shit, I thought, I don't know. Nerlens Noel 6.
Nope.
Still in the league.
Yeah, the Pelicans drafted him and traded him.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty much
Ben
the Kwame
McLemore
Brown
was 7.
of that draft.
Now they kept him.
Who was
Nerlens
7?
They kept him.
Ben McLemore,
The
He's still in
drunk
the league.
KCP was 8.
trash.
Trey Burke 9.
I didn't even know that.
Trey Burke actually, I thought was gonna be
The best name you've named. Trey
Yeah,
Burke
but
is the best
CJ
name you've named thus
McCollum,
far.
Michael Carter Williams was right
Oh, no.
behind that shit.
You don't think I think Oladipo is the best name he named. Just my
Well, it
opinion.
is, but easily.
No, Oladipo is the best singer. That's it.
Don't get me
Man,
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me.
Yo, but you don't think
Don't get me-
Oladipo is
don't
nice?
get me
I
wrong.
think he's nice. I like Oladipo's game.
I'm appreciating what Trey Burton is doing right now. I greatly appreciate what he's doing.
He is. He's
sir.
solid.
Oh wait, he's with Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yeah, that's why you're appreciating it.
But you wouldn't
Yeah.
know that because Luka always got the ball.
Hey, guess who
That's
got
another
picked
topic.
22nd, by the way?
Hey,
Mason
man,
Plumlee.
listen, I got season tickets. I seen Luka live. I mean, he's the best player I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes.
I say Porzingis, not Luka.
Oh.
I said Porzingis, not
That's
Luka.
All right, let's move to the next topic, man.
Oh, the man won't talk about
Joe
himself.
Budden podcast.
Bro, I got so
Uh,
much to say about this one.
Breakup.
They'll do too. You got to defend
We don't know if it's going to be a makeup after that, but it appears that Joe Budden has fired both his co-hosts, and I don't know if the shows go fall because he got some other stuff going on. But you know, he did it live. He fired them live. They had some stuff going on supposedly since 2019. You know, not money issues, but issues with them being able to be transparent and see the books. You can be on either two sides. Like if you're getting paid and you don't have it, like say for instance, if we was getting money for this podcast and it was able to have you stop working where you're working, that's how much it was getting paid, and you got a pay raise this year. Would you then also be like, yo, we working for a percentage and we don't know what the reference point is to know what we supposed to be getting? Are we just supposed to trust Joe Budden? Right. And I think that's kind of what happened, man. How do y'all feel about the whole thing? Who's at fault? And whose side you on?
All right.
Who was
I
at
watched
fault?
the
Who was at
entire.
fault? Hold on, Cass. I can solve this with one statement. Who was at fault with the NFL Association? The owners of the players.
Huh?
All the players wanted to do was see the owners' books, right? In the NBA,
had a strike, right? Go ahead.
had a strike about, right?
Yeah.
What happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you strike.
They still didn't see the books, did
I
they?
mean, hell no.
They'll never see them books.
No, they eventually opened the books, but they ain't opened all of it. Ain't no way. They're not showing you everything they make.
Before you see them books.
Look, see that. So look, that's Joe.
Yeah.
That's probably the perspective that Joe has on it, and he's probably approaching it like
you damn right.
It's the Joe Budden podcast. I own it, but the way they're looking at it is that we're all partners. No one's the owner of this podcast.
Yeah, they percent. That's the difference because NFL players get salaries. They weren't their contract wasn't a salary contract. If I sign a deal with Corey for whatever Corey business is, he can keep the IP. When it comes to that, you can keep that. But if I sign a deal that says we are percentage partners and I get 30%, I'm going to want to know what the 100% is, and my lawyer's going to want to know.
So I can see what 30% really is.
Wait a minute.
It's like when the NFL. It's just like in the NFL, right? They was like, y'all paying us chicken scratch. Compared to what y'all make, y'all are giving us chicken scratch. We want to see that 100% to see where we at.
Hey, wait a minute.
And the owners was like, hell no. That's the same thing Joe Budden did.
Did he put that in the contract?
Nobody knows what the contract
I gotta put in there.
Nobody knows.
Hey, you gotta know what I'm seeing, and I ain't gotta show you shit.
No, contract
Joe.
is
So
that they are.
there was a percentage. It was a percentage-based contract.
Yes,
so,
it was. But did it say, am I allowed to show you what the full amount is? You got
Right.
to look at that
In
basic
order-
ass shit.
But when you go
to
into
be a percentage,
yes, when you go in a partnership though, is the difference.
Y'all
There was-
right.
he wasn't going. They wasn't going in as Joe owns me. They went into it as a business partnership.
Crackhead logic, Cash. Did I put that in there? You assume that's good business. I don't have to put that in there. So do I have in that contract, you are allowed to see these numbers? No.
When I hit
So
Right,
you're
but-
stupid for not finding that. I don't have to show you.
You don't know
No.
what
I get you. No. Slim, I get you. But if that, so these, it's not like these people are random people.
Hold on,
These people-
Cass. Hold on, Cass. Hold on. Slim, are you eating powdered donuts, bro?
No, that's a boiled egg. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
That's a
Cass.
zebra cake, huh? I thought it was a zebra cake. Yeah, he had a zebra cake. That was when he said this is what Zion been eating, not the honey buns, but the zebra cakes. But so I watched the podcast, and I'm gonna say Joe Budden was 100% wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think Joe built the podcast a little bit more, but without the other two, I don't know if the podcast would be as big as it is right now. Right? So I watched Joe's podcast,
you about to find out.
yeah. So I watched 2-hour long episode of Joe when he fired them live on air, and I also watched the hour and 12-minute response by Rory and Mel.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say Joe owes Rory an apology more than anything. Because
You apologize.
first and foremost, all right, no, this is why. And I'm gonna say this 100% like a man. Mel, what transpired from me and you conversation behind scenes? Was it something positive or something negative? Last time we spoke on phone, was it something negative or positive? Let's just answer that. Negative or positive?
I say neither, but just for the sake of this conversation, let's say negative.
Does anyone else knows that?
Yeah.
Where you going? And I agree.
So why did Joe come on air and air out business that no one else needed to know? That's my point of saying this.
Wait,
I agree.
I got to
But you
finish that.
gotta remember, Joe Budden been a host for a long time.
Yeah, he's in a.
Bro.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
You just went left.
I like your
I'm saying,
Not a hoe.
bro, as a man is bro. If I'm talking to my friend, trust
Exactly.
me, we're
Stop right
friends,
there.
we're brothers. Wait, Slim. Let me just say this, Slim. I wanted to fight you once before.
I wanted to shoot you.
Yeah, my whole that's what it would have had to transpire. You was gonna have to shoot my ass. But my whole point of being is nobody needs to know that. Brothers,
We
bro,
know that.
I didn't know you wanted to shoot me. But anyways,
Well, you know now.
yo,
But that's what I'm saying. Hey,
yo, my older brother. My older brother is 18
Y'all
years
fight.
older than me.
Right now, y'all fight.
And I had to kick his ass. You think is the world's privy to know that I had to whip my older brother ass? No,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah,
We
but
know
you bragging
what
about
we
being
know
a
now.
60-year-old man though.
it depends.
he ain't 60. At the time, he was. At the time, I was what?
Who
20.
saw that fight?
So he was 38.
Who saw it?
I went pick him up from his house, and we went to the park, and I whipped his ass at the park.
Who
and
was
we
at the
bring him
park?
home.
When y'all was fighting?
Nobody. It was just me and him.
Hey, hold
Sure.
on. Who think Joe was in the right?
Me?
Okay, explain.
Shit, that was the first part right there. Not his part, but I didn't put that in the contract. I need to see that I'm allowed to show y'all what y'all percentage is. I know that's crackhead logic, but it's that basic. I don't have to tell you that you can see it. I can say you get a percentage of it,
Right.
but I can keep that away. That basic ass shit got to be in the contract, unfortunately. For two,
So now let's say
who says we're friends? Like we talking like we friends. You can't come to my mama house and fix a sandwich on your own. We ain't friends.
Mm.
Slim, hey, look, Melvin is one of my dearest friends. If this nigga go to my mama's house and make a sandwich by himself, I might have a problem with that.
Y'all ain't friends.
No comment.
I can walk in. Cats can walk in my house.
I can neither confirm or deny that I've made a sandwich before it Miss Frida's house.
That's when I was living there.
Like,
Y'all just acquaintances, man. I'm sorry.
You can come to my house and make a sandwich.
No, your mama house.
No,
the mama house.
Slim. But the one thing I agree with you, but it's a little different when you're in partnership. Vice one person is the sole owner. It's a little different. By law, you're required, and that's why they're taking him to court, because by law they're required, unless Joe having little fine little print like on like when someone come up with a new drug and the person at the end of it tell you all the side of it. Unless Joe has unless Joe has that in a fine print, he's wrong.
Well, hold on, but didn't they go about this the wrong way? Because if we're dealing in contracts, right? Who handles contracts, the client or a lawyer?
And how many times?
Well, right, no, I get what you're saying, Mal.
How many times you heard on that damn store, that rebuttal, that they talked about it like in a parking lot or just some leisure conversation? Like, nah, fam, I'm sliding this shit in as y'all keep saying it.
But Maul, the thing about it is Maul and Joe was boys. They lived
Maul thought they was boys.
It's a contract involved. If we go raw dog it.
Maul friend.
No, not at all.
But look, if we go raw dogging and just be like, hey man, whatever we get, we just split or whatever, no contract, whatever. That's when we gonna be talking face to face, like, hey Zoe, this is what's going on. But if it's a contract involved and you ain't have no lawyer look over it, you don't have your lawyer look over it and then sign it and then just set it and forget it and then try to deal with Joe Budden, and that tells me a whole lot. If they're coming to Joe Budden and asking him about their money, that tells me it really wasn't no partnership like they're claiming. They're coming to Joe Budden like he's the boss, but they want to they want to drive the point home that Joe Budden is not the boss. Joe, you're not paying us. We're partners. Then why do you keep going to Joe and asking him that? You're showing us exactly what was going on, and Joe might be right in this situation.
Mel, let me see them numbers.
Hey.
See,
Mel, I 100% agree with you, Mel. But this is the thing, Mel.
Joe Budden is Jerry Zeller.
Joe Budden is P. Diddy. He's
Jerry Zeller.
Joe Budden is Brian David and Cash Money Williams.
Broke up NWA.
So Rory, if you listen to the Joe Budden podcast when he fired him, Rory actually came to him several times asking him, yo, let me buy a percentage. And Joe respectfully said, fuck no. Respectfully. But he said, fuck no. This is my show.
Hey,
right.
Don't matter if it's
so let me put a nail in the coffin for y'all real quick. Joe Budden's a hoe. He's been a hoe for a long time. I don't know whether he's right or wrong.
Agreed.
But I'll tell you what is wrong. I just glanced and seen that my man Slim got on a sleeveless hoodie.
Well, I had to go.
I didn't even notice that.
I had to go. When I whip ass, the sleeveless hoodie got to come out.
How do you have a? Why would you need a hood and no sleeves?
Slim dressed like the modern day.
Can't see my face.
Man, because Slim, we already know.
Zoe, have you ever been somewhere where sleeves were not necessary, but you needed a hood?
Never.
Okay,
yeah. It's not even a short sleeve hoodie. It's really no sleeves like a jersey.
It's a tank top with a hood on it.
As Mel messed with me with this contract, this was coming out.
I actually like it. I like the hoodie with the no sleeve. I can dig
the mellow hoodie.
It's fresh. I like it.
Melvin has an endless supply of the Denzel Washington. He got gang shirts. I just with another shirt on under it with no sleeve. That's Melvin's favorite go-to look. So I knew Melvin would appreciate it. That's why I brought attention to it.
I got you,
that
bro.
was funny, man.
But you need to show me them numbers.
But all seriousness, if y'all listen to it, each side kind of got a point, but I don't think Joe should have got personal. Like,
that's what hoes do,
I listen to Mardo.
They gonna act like a hoe. Like that's what you get from hoes, hoe behavior.
Yeah.
And I get you.
I get you don't give that hoe high behavior. It's your fault for giving me that treatment when I'm on. You knew I was a hoe.
Now, so one of the things that people got doing, like one of the things that people got doing, man, is sending your way through business deals.
Wait, bro, I was sitting there trying to.
A whole food. A whole food.
All right.
A whole food.
Slim.
Yes, it's too much.
Their fault. You knew I was a hoe when you met me.
It's not my fault.
You can't frame your way. You
It's
can't
not my
frame your
fault.
way through business. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
If y'all
That's
got
true.
these lawyers that y'all talking about, then these lawyers should be doing their job on the front end, and you wouldn't be worrying about it on the back end.
Yeah,
But
because
the
they're
one,
lawyers.
but the one thing is, they're the highest paid hosts in the podcast game industry. They're the highest paid hosts.
There he is.
And he's still,
Co-host. I'm
wasn't
gonna say
giving them
co-host.
everything they probably
Oh.
would deserve.
Joe Rogan is the highest paid individual.
He's the highest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But what they said that Joe said that
Well,
he was paying them over their
man,
percentage,
Yes.
which and they both said which may actually be true. They just want to see the numbers,
Yes.
No.
Right.
and you can't get mad at anybody wanting to see the numbers.
Right.
Nah.
Hey, go ahead, Carlo.
Hey, how you doing, man? I just found you guys on YouTube right now. Thanks for taking my call. Do you guys take all NBA topics, or you only stay on the certain topics?
We about to get right back. We about to jump right back into the NBA right after we finish with this one. Yeah. So mainly in the NBA and NFL, but every now and then we venture off. But
Okay,
yeah.
it's your program. I don't want you guys to think I'm like disrespecting your program. If you want, I got some NBA topics, but if you're not interested, I respect it. It's your call, man. I respect your program.
Yeah, call back in the next segment.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right.
Cool.
Now you really got to show me
Actually-
them numbers. Now I got to see them numbers. And
Yo,
gotta see
no
him.
lie.
Gotta see him.
No,
Hey,
yo,
we gotta
nah,
talk.
I wish you would have kept bro on, because that would have been a good segue to the next topic. I wanted to hear what he had to say.
I
No
feel
lie.
like that was Roy that just called.
He'll call back. I think I know who that is too.
Yeah, he
Roy,
sound.
I think I came on his podcast.
Pause.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I asked him when he called. I think he has a YouTube channel called Michael Jordan Fans Are the Worst Ever or something like that. And
I'm
basically
ready
his
for
whole
this.
So we get the
Yeah,
visuals. The visuals.
I want to hear what he got to say.
Visual.
I really do.
hey, go ahead.
Hey, what's going on with the SGC and this thing? What's going on with Zoe?
That's you,
What's
JJ?
going on?
Hey, this your boy, this JJ, man. I just want to call in, enjoying y'all's show.
More.
And,
What's up?
Appreciate it, player.
Hey, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I say, enjoying what y'all talking about. But on the Joe Budden thing, my man with the sleeveless hoodie on. Yeah, he got a point. Hey, he got a point. So like, he got a point. Like saying that they met him as a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So and they treated it. I mean, they knew he was like that in the beginning, but at the same time, you still, at the end of the day, you still got to go about your business the way business supposed to be handled. If percentage of the, if that's what they supposed to get a percentage of that contract, or percentage, you know what I'm saying? Hey, he
I
got to
gotta
let him
tell
see
you.
the ball.
No, I don't.
He got to let him see the
No, I
ball.
don't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Well, hold on. Are they supposed to see the books, or are they
Joe.
lawyers? They lawyers supposed to see the books?
Well, it would be the lawyers, but you know what I'm saying. But that's how it really supposed to go. Well, the lawyers would see it, but at the same time, it sounds like he's like, "Nah, you ain't seeing nothing. This my shit."
Right.
Like, nah.
Okay, but look.
Wait. Let me
ask
say this one. Joe Budden gave him a Excel spreadsheet that looked like one of our kids
I'm gonna
made.
make one.
Okay, but hold on. What do you expect Joe Budden? Is Joe Budden is he an accountant or a lawyer? What do you expect him to give you? Now,
But it was a $400,000 unaccounted expense.
That's how I know Joe did
Unaccounted.
it.
That's what
All
I'm
right,
saying.
hey, so let me go back to the caller. So let's say you're my
That's
lawyer,
weed money.
and I'm Joe Budden's co-host. How just a real quick, how do you get paid?
How do I get paid?
Right, yeah. Like how does it work with contracts? Do lawyers get a percentage of what the client is making, or that they just have a flat rate?
That's based on what you come on terms of agreements with your lawyer.
Okay.
But you're right.
Right.
But you're right in the sense is Joe handling this or is the lawyers handling this? But Joe does have the decision to say, "Nah, bro." He can tell his lawyer, "No, I ain't doing that," and that's what his lawyer got to tell their lawyers. "No, we ain't doing that."
Okay.
By the way, Joe has a lawyer. He has an accountant handling his business. By the way, just
and them two dummies got the same lawyer and the same account.
That's also facts.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think it's wrong because I wouldn't do my homeboy like that. I mean, regardless, Pete this. I understand what I'm gonna say. My hoodie guy, what he was talking about. They knew he was a hoe, but at the end of the day, be honest with yourself. If you call somebody your partner, do you, even though if the rest of the streets call him a hoe, do you really consider him a hoe?
Yes. So I don't give him my fucking money in the books. Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's not your partner then.
That's why I said you can't come to my mouth help the sandwich.
I mean, but anyway, I'm gonna say this though. They at some point he must have felt like they can go to his mama house and fix sandwiches because they were supposed to be cool that way. So
only Mo, not Rory. Only Mo, not Rory.
Look like housewives.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, Joe dead wrong for it. And I mean, like you said, we don't know because they going to court about it. I think it's all gonna come out when you know what I'm saying, when that come out. Because to me, it don't sit right. To me, I mean, personally, like my man said, man, Joe been a whole his whole career. So at the end of the day, I don't see how they didn't see the whole inning.
Joe got punked by a nigga named Consequence.
I mean, he told you what he was gonna give you.
Well, I mean, if he told me he was gonna give me I was getting a percentage of the company. At the end of the day, you still need to let them see that 100%, so they can see if they're getting what he's supposed to be getting. So
that's true.
I mean, that's
200,000 is a lot different than 30% of 400,000.
Wait, hold up. Here's the thing. So, like, when I was working at Shell, they give you a percentage of your own income.
What?
They give you a percentage of what you made for a bonus, not what the company made, or what you made. So if you made 90,000, I'm gonna give you 3%. My boy up there made 120, gave him 3%. What if he just gave him a bonus of what they made? Not the whole thing.
But that's still different.
The contract ain't straight. But
that needs to be. If it was worked that way, I understand that.
It's hard to individually make money off a podcast.
Yeah, especially if you got Joe Budden running your shit, but that's your fault. That's your fault, bro. You better just eat that shit. And hey, the man said he got a what? GD. I don't take nothing against GDs, but I'm not gonna let them do my account. Straight up.
Yeah,
so if he doing it, you know your number's gonna come back $400,000 off.
Yeah, Zoe. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You looked it up after I said it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's him. We'll talk about that later though. We'll see if we call back. Hey, but yeah, we're gonna move to this next topic. Player, man. Hey, call back, man. We got to discuss the NBA playoff, man. So call back on that topic too.
Call it back, man. Like I say, shouts out to y'all boys. I watch y'all all the time, man. Y'all doing your thing. And my man Black was happening with you, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm gonna hit y'all back though.
Sure, Blue.
All right, bro.
Hold on. Y'all go ahead. I'm sitting here reading this thing.
You gotta find code.
Right on to the NBA play-in games. Right now, currently, Boston is putting that thing on Washington. Jason Tatum got 100 points, almost. Nah, he got like 30.
Yo, it's weird that Jay didn't say pause.
Nah, I ain't pausing nothing else. We playing.
Hey, Universe Galaxy, call back, man. We about to switch to NBA. I know that's your favorite topic. I knew his voice sound familiar, so that was who it was. He just left a comment on one of our videos, so we'll see if he called back. But yeah, his page is Universe Galaxy. What he does is he brings on people who feel like Michael Jordan is the number one player or the GOAT, and
should I turn his jersey backwards to really antagonize his ass?
And Jay, I told you about that time when I went on it, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's really like a trap where I corner you in, and you know, it's not really like a real debate. It's
like being on hip.
Yeah, it's like having it's like having a page full of people that hate Jordan, and then when you come on as a guest, they just roast you in the comments. It's pretty clever though. It's pretty clever. Yeah, but maybe he'll call back. We'll move. Jay, what were you saying? Well, Charlotte already lost to Indiana, so Charlotte will be playing the winner of the game that's playing right now.
They're gonna be like the loser of this, right?
Play the loser, yeah. So
yeah,
no. Charlotte's out. Yeah, the loser of
the earlier game plays the winner of this. Yeah, I don't know how it goes. Hold on.
The winner of this game is the 7th seed. The loser plays
the Pacers. Got it. Yeah, that's it.
For the 8th seed. So it'll be the Pacers versus the Wizards. Trust me.
Yeah. One of them is gonna be automatically the 7th seed. One's gonna be the 8th seed. Whichever one lost.
Jason Tatum again is having his way.
You know who's playing so well in the playoffs right now?
Who that? Also Westbrook. But we already knew that though.
And that's what I'm saying, man. And this is what
trying to tell y'all, man.
Gosh, man, like as great as his accomplishments are,
regular season.
Shut up. There you go. Yes. And I you wait on the call back, Slim. You wait on the call back.
There's some nice shoes right there. I like that. Yeah. Universe Galaxy, call back, man. It'll be fun.
Slim, number 14. Slim, what size them? 14?
Yep, you need for this one.
Dumb, right there. Them Carmines. How much? I mean, what size them Carmines is? They look like my size.
12.
Dang, boy, 13 rush. Hey, but he got his 13 rebounds though. So
he'll probably get a triple double.
It don't matter. They don't matter how 40.
He gonna get that triple double. Hey, who was that? Corey, who was that last show that said, by the way, 75% of the time when he gets a triple double, they win. And I said, by any chance, are any of them wins in the playoffs? No, it's not.
I wasn't here, but looking at Cass' face, he must have been Cass.
I compare triple double.
What you Cass for real?
39 points. Hey, guess who don't have
the hell with that. Fuck Melvin and that finger.
Guess who decided to be a scoring machine but not a triple double machine, and his team is winning. Jason Tatum has 39.
Well, 41 now.
He only has 5 rebounds though. Want to know why? Because his big man Tristan Thompson has 8. There's no need for him to go and get 15 rebounds.
Tristan Thompson got other problems.
You about to get a playoff win. So I'm
gonna rebound every goddamn thing that comes there. By the way, Mel, I want to tell you, this podcast, right before I came on, got me in that kind of trouble. I'll explain to you why I live.
Shoot.
Hey, this man got 41 through 3.
Oh, he cooking, man.
He going for 60.
Shut up, man. Hey, but it's only a 10-point lead. They gotta close this 4th quarter out. He better not run the gas.
Hey Zoe, I like that kid, man. Where that man go to college at?
Utah.
You know
yeah.
exactly he went to school at, Jay.
Oh, I mean, I ain't know.
Same school.
Well, what about
that Honey
Daniel
Buns
Ewing?
went to, huh? Same school that Honey Buns went to.
Yep. Exact same school that Honey Buns went to.
Yeah.
Same school that Later went to.
Same
y'all
school
seen
that
anything?
BI went to. Oh,
Hey, y'all seen anything wrong with Westbrook having 13 rebounds, Bradley Beal having 9 rebounds, and the other backup point guard Ish Smith having 8 rebounds?
The other team missing a lot.
Well, hold on. That's 3 guards. One has 8, one has 9, one has 13, but their big men combined don't have 9 rebounds.
The other team shooting a lot of threes.
Exactly.
They need a better big man.
But remember when I told you,
I like Achimura though. I think Achimura is actually pretty decent.
long shot, he got 1 rebound. Long shot, long
rebound.
Long rebound, Jay. That's what we was talking about last game. I was like, hey, these rebounds are kind of inflated in this era because it's nothing but threes being shot. The rebounds are getting grabbed outside of the paint. There's no longer I got to battle Oakley, Rodman, the Dale Davis, Anthony Day. I'm not battling them for rebounds. I'm battling Ish Smith for rebounds.
Ish Smith got 15 and 8.
Ish Smith, he is on the all-time list of most franchises played for.
Yes.
Jackson tied for number 1. First of all,
wait, you said who's tied for number 1?
Jim Jackson.
Yo, Jim Jackson been around the world.
Jimmy Jackson.
That man was on 12 teams. I just seen it tonight. I think Ish Smith is on
CBS.
But yo, listen, no, I don't care if you're shooting from half court and the rebound gonna go out of bounds. There's no way I'm gonna let any guard on the court in the game with more rebounds than me. Period.
No, man. Like, come on, bro. Where your sense of pride at, you 7-footer?
Nah.
6'3" man got it.
But listen, if you're a big man on offense, right? You're more and that way offenses are being played now, you're more than likely going to be setting the screen for your best player at the top of the key. After you set that screen, you're probably rolling or popping, right? And your best player is driving to the hole, and it's either gonna be a layup or a kick out for a 3.
And if I popped out,
at what point does the 7-footer that picked and popped, let's say it's Joker, picking and popping, at what point is he gonna be able to outrun somebody like Russell Westbrook for that long rebound?
Because I'm already out there. I popped.
The only thing I can say is he already know where the dish out is gonna go because it's a design play calling, and he's gonna go for the probability that if he miss it, that the ball is gonna be it. Yes, and that's that. No, Melvin, you shake. I'm just saying. That's it. I'm trying to answer your. I'm just trying to answer your question based upon probabilities. That is it.
Here's the thing: as a true big man, if I roll to that clip 3 times at the beginning of the game, and I got 0 looks on them 3 rolls. Number 1, that's the last roll that I do, and number 2, ain't no screens. Damn it, get your own joint, and ain't no rebounds. Good luck.
and that's the way a big man's supposed to think. Like a real big man like Oakley would be pissed off if a guard was coming down there grabbing his rebounds, because that's how I get paid. Like if I'm like Charles Oakley took pride in Michael Jordan scoring and him protecting him from the bad boy Pistons or whatever. But he's gonna he's gonna play defense, he's gonna beat somebody up, he's gonna get rid of all 6 of his fouls, and he's gonna grab rebounds. And that's how I get paid. When I go sit down for a contract and they telling me, hey, look, man, Russell grabbed more rebounds than you this season.
Hey, speaking of Russell, hey, they pencil whipping my boy, yo.
Who?
They pencil whipping Westbrook. They done switch Westbrook on Tatum and just gave him a cheat foul on a clean rip. Yo,
they whistle whipping him.
Yeah.
What's Udonis has him right now?
Old man.
Where his ass at?
Like that paycheck.
Kwame Brown, he was Charles Oakley pick up on Steven Jackson.
All right, so
say that again. So what you said?
The quarter Kwame Brown, Charles Oakley got paid to beat up on Steven Jackson as well. So,
man, Kwame Brown, boy. All right, let's go ahead and go through these brackets real quick. Hey, we 15 minutes away from 2 hours, so we're not gonna be able to get to the NFL schedule. We have to do that next week. So,
all right,
let's throw it on the screen. We already seen that Charlotte loss. So Indiana will play the loser of Washington and Boston. And if Boston wins, then they're going to get the 7th seed, and Indiana and Washington will be playing for the 8th seed. So we'll start with that on the East and go with y'all thoughts and predictions on what y'all think might transpire.
If Boston gets the 7th seed, they're out in the first round. If Boston gets the 8th seed, they surprise the 76ers and win.
I like it.
Ooh.
Crackhead up there said Heat all the way.
Wait.
I like it.
Wait, hold on. You said if Boston gets the, say it again, Jay.
If Boston gets the 8th seed, if Boston loses tonight and then somehow beat the Pacers, they'll get the 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll play the Sixers in the first round. I think the Celtics can beat the Sixers, which is what they should do, because they have zero chance of beating the Nets.
If Philly loses in the first round, what happens with Doc Rivers?
Everybody will be in a different.
He get another year.
Yeah, he get another year, but I don't know if the players get another year.
Oh no, Ben Simmons out.
Yeah.
Lord.
I think he got to go anyway.
That's also a fact. I'm gonna just go ahead and give you my whole first round pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, looking at this bracket, I wouldn't be the man that I am if I didn't say this. At the beginning of the season, someone said that the New York Knicks would finish in the top 4. I told them they was out their fucking mind. And remember, you was right.
Speak on it.
Good job, man.
Speak on it.
You ain't got to go find the
I like that. I like the ad-libs.
Yeah. I think real quick. I think the Knicks beat the Hawks. My bad, Zoe. And I'm taking the Bucks over the Heat. I'm taking Brooklyn all the way to the finals.
So the only upset you see is Boston Philly if it happens.
Boston Philly if it happens. The Heat may push the Bucks to 7.
Who got something different?
I do, of course.
Got the Hawks.
I got the Sixers winning the first round.
Hawks in the finals.
I got the Sixers now. I don't got the Hawks in the finals. I don't have the Hawks in the finals. But who got them getting out this first round against the Knicks? I think that the Heat. I think the Heat have a chance to beat the Bucks, because that's just what the Bucks do when they get one of these tough-minded teams. The Jimmy Butler-led team that pretty much is healthy, with the exception of Oladipo, who they didn't have last season either.
And added, Joe, Jimmy missed the first 35 games of the season. So remember, he missed half of the season, and he still finished 6th.
And they still finished 6th. And they've been playing inconsistent, but that kind of happens when you bring somebody on like Jimmy, who hadn't been playing the early half of a shortened season, after playing all the way up to the very last game of the previous season that was in the bubble. I think the Heat are gonna beat the Bucks. That's my upset pick. That's my upset pick right there. Well, I guess you could call a 4-5 an upset too if the Knicks win, but I mean if the Hawks win, but they got identical records. They in the East, their records are exactly the same, but the Knicks do own the tiebreaker. I think Philly, if they get Boston, I think they beat Boston. Only because Jaylen Brown ain't gonna be there. But I don't have. I think Philly. This is the last year that we'll see Philly constructed like they currently are. But it really doesn't matter because I don't see anybody beating the Nets on this side of the bracket. So whoever he's the Nets is gonna be in for some trouble.
I 100% agree with you.
You got to drop the mic on that. So. Slim, which game's going 7? Which game's going 7? Or which series is going 7?
Brooklyn and Milwaukee.
I'm talking about the first round.
Oh, none of them.
None of them going 7.
None of them. Maybe the
everybody make it look like light work.
Because I remember the Joe Johnson Carmelo days. They always went 7. Yeah, but that Heat and that Bucks one.
I think that
If they
that's what I'm looking at. Slim.
I'm looking at it in the Heat. I mean, I could be wrong, but I even if the Heat don't win, I'm thinking they gonna push those Bucks.
I think the Bucks gonna go to the final.
Yeah, I think that's a 7-game series.
I got feel it going.
Yeah, because
I get to the final.
I can see Bam putting enough pressure to, when I say slowing Giannis down, with holding him to 25 or 20 points a game. I can see that happening. I can see Giannis not having a 35, 40-point game a night style game against a team that's defensively in the paint and tough.
You almost want him to, because the Bucks' worst ball is when Giannis is playing hero ball. Like that's their worst brand of ball. So you almost want to take away everything else and let Giannis cook.
Yeah, and so we're gonna see if the Drew for what's his Bledsoe trade paid off.
It already did. The Pelicans ain't need shit. It already paid
I
off.
can't stand Drew Bledsoe. Oh my gosh.
Hey, so y'all think the Knicks and Hawks got 7-game series potential?
Yeah,
I do. Just because I ain't gonna lie, just because the history. Just because the history. I still remember Joe Johnson and who else was on that team? Josh Smith, Marvin Williams joint.
Al Horford, that was a decent squad.
This is how the Knicks guarantee to lose the season. Lose the series. If you give RJ Barrett a chance to play hero ball, he will. And he does not do that effectively at all.
Wow. Hey, you know what, man? I'm proud of you, man. Like, that man just threw a dookie directly under the bus.
I can't believe he actually said that.
No, he didn't.
You know what, Jay, you're right. And I think, Julius Randle playing out of his mind. Listen, I don't see nobody on the Hawks team. Clint Capella's had a great defensive year, but the way Julius been playing that mid post, stepping outside, like, he's gonna pull Capella out the paint, and I think we just gonna have John Collins ain't really no defender. We're not gonna stop him. We want
Callaway.
We want RJ playing hero ball.
Don't you disrespect Clint Capella like that?
I did. Then he had 4 straight games of 50 rebounds per game.
He did.
As soon as I said we haven't heard of him since, my man had 50 rebounds per
4 straight 2020 games.
And he was a big man. That's why I respect Russell Wilson.
So, I agree. So I can see them actually kind of building a wall, not necessarily a wall, but more so a keen on Julius Randle. And I'm going to say Julius is not going to have the same success that he had up in the season, in the postseason, just because of that scheming, man.
Yeah.
Playoff basketball is a little bit different.
It is. You're right.
To beat a team 4 times, it takes a lot. Now, going to the West.
Corey, start us off on the West.
No fucking clue.
I'm gonna say my first. Don't say fucking clue, because I'm gonna say the first thing that's gonna happen is Golden State is gonna beat LA.
That's tough. Lord. They got a lot uphill battle to do that, because the NBA does not want that to happen. So it's going to be very hard for that. Like, Steph got to get hot, Wiggins got to get hot.
After the picks, I got a question about that too. I'm gonna ask the panel.
If anybody has the good graces of the NBA, it's Steph.
You think over LeBron? No way.
Light skin,
bro. Thank you. The good wholesome family man with the pretty little girl going and take over interviews.
You saw how fast they took the braids out her head?
Oh yeah,
everybody love them.
Like 10 games.
They'll definitely be the 8th seed. They'll lose to LeBron them, and then beat the Spurs or the Wizards. Not the Wizards, Grizzlies.
I think they're gonna shock the world. And beat LeBron them. LeBron them are going as the 8th seed, and they're gonna have their hands full.
So here's the problem. Here's the problem on the West. They're not gonna have Also, the little bracket's kind of backwards. I just noticed that you got the East on the West side and all that. But anyway, they don't worry about that.
It's a mirror. It's a mirror.
There is so Dallas is going to be
Lamar. You think he can't do it?
Round. Dallas is going to be
Jay. I appreciate that.
And
I appreciate that.
No one's going to beat the Lakers.
What?
Look, the Lakers is going to. The Lakers, in my opinion, Lakers is going to win this game against Golden State. Lakers will get the 7th seed. Golden State will end up playing. It don't matter who it is, Memphis or San Antonio. They will win that one. So Golden State will be the 8th seed, and I think Golden State has the potential to upset the number 1 seed in Utah.
You know what?
Yeah. That's
Yep.
You know what?
Utah and the Lakers are going to sweep the Suns. The Lakers been beating the Suns without LeBron.
Yeah, the Lakers are vulnerable against Utah, but I think they have Phoenix's number.
Man, y'all just stealing all my glory. Phoenix was my team to represent the West.
No, they never get past the Lakers.
Yeah. That's still my team.
How do you sell tickets to a Phoenix NBA Finals game?
Yo, I don't care about that. I'm just picking off of what I believe is the best team right now. That's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Your opinion is fine, brother.
Your opinion is malls. You ain't gonna make no money.
It's fine, brother.
Yeah,
nobody wants to see no fucking Phoenix in Milwaukee in the finals.
Yeah,
Desert versus Deer.
The finals no win white.
Desert
Suns versus the Bucks.
I'm watching hockey.
Do y'all see upsets with the 4-5 or the 3-6?
Oh yeah. Dallas beats the Clippers and Dame
should have beat them last year.
The Nuggets. I think in the West this will be the first time in history that every lower seed wins.
Unless a team got a player that's dating a Kardashian.
What?
That would be the 76ers.
Lamar said whoever the 7 or 8 seed in the East is it's not going to matter. They're going to get swept.
They playing for just
yeah, and I agree with you, Lamar. And if the Lakers and the Warriors both come out of that play-in game, they'll both end up beating Utah and Phoenix. I don't know if Golden State would beat Phoenix, but I think they'll beat Utah, and then vice versa for the Lakers. I think the Lakers will beat Phoenix. I think they'll struggle with Utah.
One thing I got to say about my dog, Chris Paul, Steph Curry put him on some goddamn YouTube videos all the goddamn time.
Oh, yeah.
Make him fall every time he play him.
He always put on skates. You know them Heelys, them shoes with the wheels on the bottom?
No, the sketches? The sketches with the wheels?
Yeah, he playing them when he plays Steph.
But the funniest thing of all time is when Chris Paul shimmied in his face and looked at him.
Yeah. That was pretty funny, man. That was pretty funny.
I like Mel. That was
it is Stay Farm battle, bro. Stay Farm.
Hey, what was your question, Zoe?
My question was, I was looking at it. You had already said it, actually. 2 questions, actually. First was the 8 going to 1. If Golden State loses the first game, and of course, I think if they do lose, whoever loses this game is going to the 8th seed. I think they'll win. They'll beat Memphis or San Antonio. Mm-hmm. I think it will be the Warriors. Because LeBron is already starting his positioning as to why he can't beat Steph, who he feels is the MVP and his goal and all. Like, I think he's correct me if I'm wrong. Do y'all think he is kind of positioning a win-win situation? If I told y'all Steph was the MVP, if I lose and I ain't gonna never be back to 100%, but if he wins, and I already told y'all I'm not at 100%, and that Steph, I feel like Steph is the MVP. Does he look like? It's validated. Am I overthinking?
Yeah, because LeBron, if they lose, they still get a second chance at the winner of the 9 and the 10 seed. So he still can make it to the playoffs.
Well, for 3 days, I get to kill LeBron, though, because he loves that fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. Against Steph.
You're not overthinking it at all.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. And I think that the way the Warriors season started out, and the way it ended, them getting that 8th spot for Utah, I think is the best spot. Who did the We Believe Warriors beat in that first round as the 8th seed?
With Dallas, right?
No. Who the what's his name?
Oh, when he dunked on Karolinko. Oh yeah.
Utah.
Yeah, they beat
Well,
Utah.
bitch, Dallas.
Oh, you talking about
when he put his head
Baron Davis?
I think go ahead.
Here's a thought,
Mhm.
right? What? And we almost at 2 hours, so we're almost done. So here's a thought to end the show with. We've already put our ideas on how we think the first round is going to go.
Mhm.
Out of the regular season's over now. Who would you give your first team NBA, second team NBA, third team NBA with? And mine is, I'm putting Steph at 1. I got to give it to Steph, and I got to give, even though their record don't look really good, I got to give Bradley Beal their number 2 spot. I'm going to give I'm probably gonna give even though he missed games, I'm gonna give KD the 3 spot. I'm gonna give this is the shocker. I'm gonna give Julius Randle the 4 spot. And I'm gonna give Joel Embiid the 5.
Man.
All right. So what would y'all do with y'all first team?
Pretty fair.
All right,
squad.
so I like
fair
the Steph
squad.
pick and stuff, but I'm gonna go with Dame at number 1. For 2, I'm gonna go James Harden. 3, I'm gonna say LeBron as my 3. 4, Giannis, and 5, Joker.
I'm not mad at that.
Why Dame over Steph?
Like for one, they're better records for one.
One won a scoring title without his number 2. One had his number 2 all season.
No. CJ McCollum was gone for like 40 of the games, bro. No, that's CJ McCollum was not there. CJ McCollum was gone for like 40 of the games.
Did he play more games than Clay or no?
He played more games than Clay. So wait, walking into your corner as a true scorer, you're getting the ability to score more often. So no, I'm gonna go on a limb and say I'm going with my man Dame. I didn't question you with your I just labeled mine. So just because you didn't question me don't mean I can't question yours. It's for us to have conversation. It is, Mel. You're right. I'm gonna stick sincerely with Dame, and that's all I have to say about it.
All right, let me go
what
with
position?
somebody with more
position?
resiliency.
But you had Dame, man. I missed it. Point
1.
guard or shooting guard.
Dame 1.
What's Devin Booker? What is it?
2.
That's my pick at the 2.
What's Kawhi Leonard?
3.
Where the fuck are
You know what?
them two?
I'm a change my KD to Kawhi. KD did miss a bunch of games, and Harden and Kyrie had to hold the fort down. So I wouldn't give KD first team. You're right. It is Kawhi. And then second team. Well, my bad. Jake, Corey, y'all get y'all first. I want to hear y'all's.
Where's Rudy Gobert?
Go ahead, Corey.
I'm serious.
I'm
dead
not
ass
on my
serious.
list.
For center?
Not on my list.
For center?
You got Jokic and Embiid. There's no way Gobert's getting the first team.
1 or 2.
He's on one of them.
My 1.
He on the third team.
My 1 would be Steph.
All
My
first
2
team.
would be Devin Booker. My 3. Even though, man, Devin Booker or James Harden. The only reason I wouldn't take James Harden is because he don't play well. Actually, start playing a little bit of defense.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm gonna go Devin Booker.
He's in the top for this year.
My 3 will be Kawhi. My 4, Giannis, and then my 5. No, I'm gonna take my 4. I take Julius Randle. I don't think anybody's done it better than Julius Randle this year. And then my 5, either Joe Embiid or Jokic. You just pull a straw, whichever one grab the longest straw, get to play. They both balling their ass off.
Yeah, you can't lose with either one of those.
Where's Luka?
Not first team. Are you serious?
Man, that's
Yeah.
nah. I can't put Luke in the first team. Put
Not
him
no
on the
first
second team though.
I put him on the third, not because if I got Kawhi on
What
first,
position you put him at?
three.
What position? Yeah.
Where am
Three.
I? Well, I'm
I mean,
putting
because
Luke at the three.
if we go
Luka's
by
the point, right?
position, okay. If we go by position with at point, then Luka don't make first, second, or third because it's gonna be Steph, Dame, and CP3.
He don't make the forward either.
He ain't going, and that's what
Jason Tatum, I'm putting ahead of him.
this year
Jason
is
Tatum is not a point guard.
for the
Is it
guard. Like guard
Huh?
play is tough. Like it's tough to make it.
Forward,
So
you got
Guard play
LeBron
is
and
always
Kawhi
gonna be
plus
tough.
KD plus, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not cracking that three.
KD missed 50 games, man.
Yeah,
And
I
he's
know.
still better than well,
I take
a lot of
Harden.
mismatches, yeah.
I give Harden and Kyrie love this year before
Yeah.
I give KD love with the games he missed. So I mean, and that's tough because you got to figure out where you go put Harden and Kyrie. If CP3 getting the one, Dame getting the one, and Curry getting the one on first, second, and third, then you got a 2 spot.
Yeah, you got to.
Nah, I gave Harden my number 2. Harden is my number 2.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, Luka don't make it for me. Unfortunately.
Luka make it for me just because I'm giving home.
Luka would make my third team. 1 and 2 is Steph and Dame. I give Luka my third
a
team.
point guard.
For point.
Yes, for point.
Over-
To do the Deja Brown.
over Kyrie and
Where's
CP3?
Ja? Oh, I forgot about Kyrie. My bad. He'll make it the 4th.
Yes, and
Yo.
which means he won't make it.
Which don't.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him. I can't put him in any of the teams.
Yeah,
If
but
I'm putting him at guard.
yeah, but you know what's funny about that?
Luka is my 6th man coming off on the first, second, and third team.
Luke on that team
Hey.
with Kwame Brown.
Wait,
Jones.
Jay, wait, hold on. Jay and Zoe, did y'all go?
Oh, I would do Steph and for first team, but I will say that CP3 was my close second. For that one, it was between them two. I'm gonna put Booker at the 2. Just because and Harden, it's close this year. It's hard. It was difficult for me this year at the 1 and the 2, but I put Booker over Harden just because of the turnaround. I know a lot of it had to do with CP3, but Booker has been healthy all season. They played. They've been between the number 1 and the number 2 seed all year. So I gave it to Booker. Number 3, Kawhi. Number 4, Giannis. And for 5, I'm gonna go the Joker because he been healthy all year. And be been in and out the lineup.
Yeah. Who said Lakers in 5? Hey, now are y'all gonna be shocked?
Wait. Jay ain't go yet.
Jay don't want to go. Jay ready to
Jay just said I'm gonna start off at 5. He literally just said that.
Joel Embiid.
Okay.
4. Greekish freakish.
Okay.
The Greek.
3. The kid from Akron.
Really?
2.
Why?
Because he's the kid from Akron. 2. Bradley Beal. 1. Wardell.
There you go. Wardell, baby, the scoring title. He won the scoring title.
Hey man,
He won the scoring title.
and he had listen after the first week we seen them play 2 games and we said he got blit for team, and that man got the boys in the playoffs.
In the
Yeah.
playoff, I can't.
Hey, I mean,
I have to put him in there.
Playoffs.
The 6 on the screen right now could have beat the Warriors at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he stayed healthy. And Draymond Green, that he didn't have him for the first 20 games. Wiseman was in and out of the lineup. No Clay.
And then he had like 4 people that was just fat.
Yeah, and young guys is learning the offense.
Right. And that's
Lamar.
everything we're saying.
Oh,
everything,
really?
all the credits we're saying for him is the same thing for them, 'cause Nurkic missed
Nobody
50
in the
games as well.
NBA did what Steph did. Steph will be the MVP.
He's not gonna get it, but he got my vote.
Yeah, Mr. Curry is the MVP in my opinion.
Yeah, he got my vote.
And if I had another vote, I would probably vote for Bradley Beal.
Damn, man, no love for Joker.
No
longer for Joker.
I got Joker got my
shaped
vote.
like me.
He's not the MVP.
He's a lighter skin complexion than you are. You say
need,
shaped.
I need to
So it's
see.
Steph, but he the MVP.
No. That was a specific joke
games.
for Jay. He didn't need a cosigner.
I need to see one of those games from Joker where
Not cosigner.
he's face to face with someone who else is considered either a top 5 player or somebody who's in the MVP race, and he just outperforms them. I need to see that. I seen that from Steph. I seen him. Oh, it's a big game. I'm playing a big name, and I'm showing up. I seen it from Julius Randle.
What seed did Denver get? The 4th, 3rd,
third seed.
Third seed.
No.
Third seed. Did a third
No,
seed.
they got-
4th seed. 4th seed. Portland is the third.
They're 3 seed. They're the 3 seed.
Yeah,
Portland is the 6.
Because the Clippers are 4, Dallas is 5, and Denver is 3, and Portland is 6. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I thought Portland got. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's so bad about the cosigner?
Because somebody got bad credit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mel. Damn.
Well, when people tell me, hey, don't be a cosigner, ain't I'm a big dog in this motherfucking situation. Ain't I'm the one with the 798 credit score.
Yeah. You ain't never the big dog when you can code anything.
No, you need my verification.
I'm ahead of you, right?
Yo.
Jay, we grew up with a girl named Coquita.
Now you grew up with a girl named Coquita.
wait. No, you grew up with a girl named Coquita.
I don't And that's how you check
I
out.
refuse to believe anybody named their child Coquita.
Oh no! I know her.
Oh, that's a real woman.
Coquita is real.
Yes, I don't make stuff up.
Coquita, call in. Coquita.
Can I make jokes of Coquita before I
Yo, Coquita
like
gotta be up there with what they say. Watermelonisha.
Coquita gotta have big booty.
She has to.
Some kind of government assistance, I'm assuming.
All right, Zoe, Jay, somebody, one of y'all take us out, man.
It's not gonna be me.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode
Type of government assistance.
You can catch us here each and every Tuesday at 9-ish.
Hey, next week, guest.
Really, Jay? 9
Hey, next week, our guest speaker.
CPT time.
Hey, next week, our guest host is Coquita. We get Coquita on here.
And we're gonna try to get next week. We're trying to get all the kids, Coquita and Kwame. And we're gonna
Coquita and Kwame.
Hey, Coquita sound like something that that you name sandwiches that's in the fridge.
It ain't like Coquita must have a fatty.
You got some ham Coquita in the fridge.
Yeah, that's the new banana company or some shit.
Hey man, y'all boys.
Y'all crazy, man. What's wrong with you?
I'm in love with the coco.
And the worst part is
Hey, we made it to the very end. Though.
coming from
Made it to the
somewhere,
very end.
and no one talked about it. Like,
Nobody talked about it. This one,
That's what Nicky named his formula for what not cocaine.
Wait a minute,
What?
over and under. How many kids?
Oh
you
Lord.
8.
Probably about 2 years.
About 5 different dudes.
Oh my God.
Coquita, we know Coquita because her brother. We lived in the projects. They
we know why that name.
Well, no, they didn't live in the projects. They lived in houses.
Wait,
close to the
Jay,
projects,
I thought you didn't know Coquita.
Golly, man.
No. I didn't say I didn't know her. I said he said we grew up with her. I said no, you grew up with her.
It's a difference.
Don't put my name in none of that. I know who she
So
is.
here's how we know.
My project.
Her older brother had the basketball goal in his yard, and we used to leave the hood to walk to his house to play on his goal and lower it so we can dunk. We love. I'm not gonna say his name, but we loved him for that, right? But the crazy thing about it is we would go up there about 8 deep and pick teams, and it was his yard and his goal. We never picked him.
You never
He never played.
Never got no burn.
He wasn't good. We would dunk all on his goal. His sisters would be out there. Coquita and Delilah would be sitting there watching, and you know.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. So he got a sister name. So they named one child Delilah and one child.
Yeah.
How you go, bro? No, that's
Easy.
a Cinderella story.
Go.
You got the
Easy. How you
hell?
easy? That's how
You see this all the time. You see
No.
this all the time.
No. I'm gonna tell you why.
He must have been a. They must not have the same dads.
No. I'm gonna tell you why. Because judging by what the brother name was, the brother and I think she was the older sister. They were both named after the dad.
Cocaine.
Yeah, both of them names start with a K.
Yeah, they both were named after the dad.
Hey, oh God.
So her name is Kokita. Coquita.
Is this what the PJs was based off of?
Her name was
Lamar Messy, but that shit was Coquita.
Yeah, Lamar spelled it wrong.
God.
Let me go ask
I
my
hope this woman is out there, beautiful, successful, married,
all right.
with
Yo,
no more
we about
kids
to-
than she had.
Yo, we leaving Banana alone. Let's leave Banana alone. Let's we already closed this out.
All right, man. Peace. I'll see y'all next Tuesday.